What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. Welcome to the OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF the Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel is down there scrolling below the screen, people. All right, man. Some bullshit happened at work and shit. That's why I ain't go to work. Well, I went to work with some bullshit happened, but it got taken care of. A fucking error happened with my route, so it is what it is. But I gotta fucking go to work Saturday. I mean on Friday and Saturday. So basically, I'm working from fucking Friday all the way to Tuesday. So my weekend is basically shot. Just because they fucked some shit up. But anyway, shout out to my brother Bell in the building. What up, brother Bell? All right, man. Look, Jimmy Kimble's back, people. He back. I told y'all most likely he was gonna come back. He was gonna be fine. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to Jimmy Kimmel. You better not trust Stephen A. Smith. He tried to throw you under the bus, nigga. He thought you was finished. A lot of these motherfuckers thought you were finished. I knew you was gonna be back. I was wrong about the time limit. I thought it was gonna take them a little minute for them to get back. But we'll know tonight if Jimmy Kimmel sold out, because it's very possible, very highly possible that he came back because they was getting too much backlash. Yeah, I know. I remember I said that shit. I said he'd be back. He gonna be back. I just thought it was gonna take a little longer. I thought it probably would take to probably the end of the month. You know what I mean? Which is right around the fucking corner. So I think I might even said October if they was really serious about really suspending him. Like I was trying to figure out what the fuck they even suspend him for. But we'll get into that. But I said he'd be back and he'd be fine, because like I said, even if they didn't let him come back, and it's not like they said he was fired. They tried to put that out there like he got fired. He didn't. He got suspended indefinitely. That don't mean that you're fired. I got suspended indefinitely one time. That means you could be fired until you sit down with the executives and see where y'all go from there, or you sit down with the higher up bosses and shit, and you got to go through some shit. But it's different in certain situations, even like when it comes to like the police. Like the police, they're like, oh, he's suspended indefinitely, or he's suspended without pay. That don't mean shit. Well, suspended without pay means something totally different. But you rarely see, when you see cops or superintendents or teachers and shit, they suspended indefinitely, means that they're going over the case of what they alleging that you've done, right? So, but yeah, they didn't say he was fired, but that's why I said he most likely would have been back. It was very high possibility. I just thought it was going to take a little longer. But like I said, we'll know tonight if Jimmy Kimmel sold out, because, and I'm not, what I mean by sold out, which I mean is, did he kiss the ring? Did he donate to the Charlie Kirk, what they was asking him to do? Is he going to come out and do this crazy apology or some shit like that? Maybe I'm not expecting him not to come out and apologize, but I'm just hopeful it's certain shit, that words that I'm gonna be looking for, or he ain't gonna use. That's going to decide if he sold out or not, right? Or they made him kiss the ring, or if he come out firing and ain't apologize or nothing like that, that mean Disney was getting the pushback that I was telling y'all about, what they was getting, but that shit was really affecting their pockets. And so that's why he's kind of back. Because I believe that's a big part of why he's back, because their pockets was getting hit. Motherfuckers was unsubscribing to their shit, streamings. They was people canceled they fucking that fucking allergies starting to act up. God damn it. The fucking people was canceling their cruises. People said they wasn't going to Disneyland no more. They was losing money at Disneyland. Like, it was a lot of shit happening. So yeah, that's a big part of why he's back. But the other part could be that because he's been sitting down with them for a couple of days now, and excuse me, meeting up with them, and they was going over the situation. So for him to come back, he might have said some shit like, well, I'll come out and I'll apologize. He may, yeah, listen, I'm not gonna be mad if he apologized. Me, myself, I wouldn't. Excuse me. But even if I do apologize, I still stand on that, excuse me, that Trump and his people are celebrating somebody that spilled hateful things. You know, so I mean, I'm different. Jimmy Kimmel is in a whole nother different tax bracket, way above my pay grade. So, you know, you never know. But like I said, yeah, it is what it is. Man, come on, man. My allergies start acting up. Come on, man. The bullshit. But anyway, let's get into this shit, man. Jimmy Kimmel is back, and I want y'all to hear the FCC chair just blatantly lie of what happened or what they did behind the scenes, which is a cover up. But I'm telling you, they lying because I know for a fact of what they did. But to get this man even considered to be suspended. Let's get into it, people.
Later this morning, President Trump will deliver a speech to the 80th United Nations General Assembly. He arrived in New York City for the event last night. According to the White House, the president will talk about the renewal of American strength around the world, touting his leadership.
Now, mind you, usually this shit of what Trump is doing, or any president, or what they're talking about, usually will be very important. But at this point of where we at in this country, nobody gives a fuck about none of this shit. I know I don't. This shit is irrelevant to me. So let's move on. Because basically I know about politics. This shit that he get ready to talk, I already know. We're not strong around the world. Excuse me, it's a lie. So him saying how strong we are and all that other bullshit, I don't give a fuck about what he's talking about. Because I know it's all a lie. But anyway, let's move on. Give me a second, people.
During the first 8 months in office. He's also expected to take part in several high-stakes meetings, holding discussions with the leaders of Ukraine, Argentina, and the European Union, as well as a separate summit with the heads of several Arab countries. Officials tell Axios the president will present them with a proposal to end the war in Gaza. The UN comes against the backdrop of Jimmy Kimmel Live being back on ABC's airwaves.
First of all, he can propose any goddamn thing he want to propose. That don't mean that that Russia gonna listen to him. I mean, how many goddamn months has Donald Trump been so-called sitting down talking? Him and Putin supposed to be tight. Why the fuck is this shit taking so long? Because Putin don't give a fuck about what Trump is talking about. Excuse me. He gonna do whatever the fuck he want to do. It's his country. Trump can't tell him what the fuck to do. Excuse me. We know he's scared of Putin. We know he's scared of Putin. So I don't give a fuck what he proposed. It don't mean shit. Nothing Trump does mean nothing, people. When we're talking about what he says he's going to go do with certain shit. Like, I don't even take him serious. I can't take Trump serious. Ain't nothing getting done, people. That's just a waste of time. It's just a photo op, nigga. That's all you can call it, is the photo op, people. He ain't gonna do shit. That Ukraine shit is gonna that war with Ukraine and Russia gonna continue to go on, just like that Israel and shit down there with them Ghana people, them Pakistanians. Listen, that shit is gonna continue to go. Because Trump keep talking about the power that America got. They don't respect us around the world. I'm telling y'all that. They think whatever they think our president is a joke. He's a joke. They don't see him as no strong person. They see him as a fucking clown. Let's move on.
Night. It comes nearly 1 week after the network suspended the late night host amid threats of regulatory action from the FCC chair over Kimmel's comments about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Disney, which owns ABC, announced the return in a statement yesterday, writing, quote, "Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It's a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We've spent the last days having thoughtful..."
First of all, that's them. That's their way of covering that up. Because they're covering it up too. Disney, NBC, they all covering this shit up. And it's about to get exposed. I'm telling you, I'm about to expose this shit, and you're gonna hear it literally, and it's the fucking fact. It's fucking facts. Everybody know the real reason why. Well, a lot of people don't know, but we're gonna let everybody know the real reason why Jimmy Kimmel got fired. NBC is lying. They making up shit. Disney, all of them, they making up shit now. They trying to cover their ass. That's all this is about. This is that shit that we're talking about. This ain't being transparent. They actually lying. I told you they'd rather feed the country lies because it makes them feel good about themselves. It make America feel good about themselves. I'm just talking about the people. Just a lot of people. That shit is that whole, quote or what they came out, the whatever, is a bunch. It's a fucking lie. They just covering it up. But anyway, let's move on. Fucking bullshit.
Conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday.
Oh man, with the goddamn commercials, bro.
Does rising tide really lift all boats? Well, rising tides can do a lot of things.
I ain't gonna do this shit.
Tuesday. Some households, however, may still not see that show. Sinclair, which operates more than 30 ABC affiliates across the U.S., says it will carry news programming instead of Kimmel's return, but discussions with ABC are ongoing.
Yeah, and I'm telling y'all why. That right there, that Sinclair, all them motherfuckers, they are trying to get a monopoly. It's a couple of other people that got stations or whatever. They trying to get this merger. They're trying to get this merger. They trying to grab up all the real estate. That's all they doing, and it's actually illegal what they trying to do with this this merger. But they're really trying to get this merger, and only way they can get it is through Trump. Trump got signed off on it. That's why the FCC didn't really threaten NBC or Disney. They threatened the other guys like St. Clair and a couple of these other motherfuckers that got these little local businesses where they need the licenses and all that. They were talking about getting rid of their licenses. They was talking about the merger that's coming because it's bigger than St. Clair. Them little TV stations, it's bigger than they shit. It's a fucking, I forgot the name of the goddamn people, but they're trying to merge some shit together. They're trying to get this merger, which is actually illegal, but Trump will do it because he's getting something out of it too. Believe you not. That's why the FCC chair was out there talking gangster. Because he had him right where he wanted to have him. And then mind you, they still look. And I'm gonna tell you something. Disney, ABC, especially Disney, because I told you all that shit is Disney. ESPN, all that shit is under Disney. Listen, let me explain something to you. The only reason that they even brought Kimmel back is because of they was losing money. And they seen the future of them losing money. They site crashed. because people was trying to unsubscribe and they couldn't because there was so many people trying to do it. When have you ever heard any shit like that where their shit crashes from people unsubscribing? You have never heard no shit like that from any type of streaming service or company. You never heard no shit like that. Now maybe a motherfucker trying to get streaming, trying to get the streams or sign up for something. Maybe that can crash. It may have some issues. But what, to the point where you couldn't do nothing? That bitch just crashed? You ain't never seen no shit like that. Even when people try to subscribe for something. If you try to subscribe for a fight, them sites, that ain't, listen, you, come on, man. That shit ain't like that, bro. I mean, that shit like that. That's why they brought Jimmy Kimmel back. I'm telling y'all. That's a big reason why. Because if they didn't think nobody was going to protest, and what I mean by protesting, what I mean by financially protesting against these bitches, like, nigga, we ain't spending our money with y'all then. If nobody would have unsubscribed and started doing that shit, that protest, they'd have kept Jimmy on the shelf. They might have even fired him. But they was worrying about the blowback too. And then that shit got real crazy, and they thinking themselves, man, we losing money fucking with y'all. St. Clair, I don't give a fuck if y'all don't play Jimmy Kimmel show. Nobody gives a fuck. Man, listen, man. People still gonna stream to see this show. It might be, this show right here might be Jimmy Kimmel's biggest show. You know what I mean? People gonna be trying to get they Hulu back or whatever, Paramount, their subscription or ABC. You know how many fucking ABC might get ready to make a whole bunch of money just off of this one show. So listen, don't let these people fool you or what the fuck is really going on. This is all propaganda shit. They all lying about what the real issue is. Even his return.
Star, the other major ABC affiliate owner that preempted the talk show last week, has not yet said what it plans to do. This reversal from ABC comes after days of pushback from protesters, politicians, and
you notice NBC and Disney don't give a fuck. They brung them back anyway. They don't give a fuck about your little local stations. Don't want to play Jimmy Kimmel. Listen, who the fuck really be watching? Listen, only motherfuckers in rural states really watches news like that. Nobody really watches news. Nobody really watches that shit. You're talking about a fucking talk show. You can stream this shit. You got the internet. You can stream this. Fuck are we talking about here? I told you all that fucking TV network shit, all that shit get ready to be extinct. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about no local TV other than them poor ass rural state older people. Nobody gives a fuck about no goddamn television stations. They ain't doing shit. That shit get ready to go to streaming. Ain't nobody, listen, man, they get ready to get rid of all that shit. I told you, I don't even know why people even have cable anymore. There's no reason for it. If you want to, you pick your favorite. You can go to Paramount and all that shit and watch Jimmy Kimmel and all that shit for what? $15.99 a month and watch all your shows. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. Like I said, I can give you the hookup where you watch all that shit for free. But I'm just saying, I don't watch none of that shit. I'm not, man. Listen, man, the streaming is where it's at. Nobody gives a fuck about no fucking local TV stations. Other than old rural state poor motherfuckers that live in a rural state where their infrastructure ain't shit. Which mean internet. I don't even know why people even buy cable anymore. Get your goddamn fire stick, get your fire streaming system, and you're fine. You good. You Roku, get you something. Fuck you buying cable for? It's the dumbest shit in the world. When you can get everything you want for $15 a month, you got a Pacific channel that you like. You get all that shit for $15 a month. And I said, if you fuck with me, you get the shit for free. I don't pay for none of that shit. Fuck that shit. First of all, I don't even watch TV like that. My honest opinion. I'm just telling y'all, no. I just thought about it and shit. Like a lot of that shit that I get, that I do pay for and shit, like some of that shit off of Amazon Prime and shit, I'm about to switch that shit too. Shit, YouTube is moving in a whole nother different direction, nigga. Like, I'm about to get some shit from YouTube. I ain't got to pay for a lot of that dumb shit I be paying for. Fuck out of here. I go pay less money over here fucking with YouTube. I'm telling you, the future is in streaming, people. I don't understand about this local bullshit. I mean, I understand why people keep acting like this shit means something. Not like the whole Jimmy Kimmel shit. Nobody gives a fuck about them motherfucking local television shows that ain't gonna play this shit. Nobody cares. Fuck them. That's why I don't know why fucking Disney did that dumbass shit. Shout out to my brother talking in the building. What up, talking? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got the Roku box, man. Nobody worrying about that shit. Yeah, nobody need that shit, bro. Nobody need the fucking cable no more. That shit is all bullshit. I'll hook you up. Listen, I'll let you know. I'll show you how to get all that shit for free. I'll show you. Told y'all that. I've been told motherfuckers, I don't know why they got cable, yo. Fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah, listen, that fucking YouTube shit is way better. Shout out to my brother Book in the building. What up, Book? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't really be needing that streaming shit, really, yo. Like, the only thing you really, like, for me, because I do like to support certain shit. Like, I support the NBA, so I'll probably get the package, right? Just to support it. Support the brothers in the league. I get, my pay-per-views. Y'all know I do my pay-per-views and shit. So I do my pay-per-views for boxing because I want to support the boxers. You know what I mean? But other than that, fuck all that other shit, man. All the movies, all that shit, I don't do that shit. And like I said, I don't even watch regular TV anymore. I don't watch shit live no more. I just don't. Like it's almost irrelevant for me. First of all, I don't have enough time through the day to sit around and watch TV anymore. Because if I ain't working, I'm doing shows with y'all or I'm doing shit with the family. So I don't really, or I'm researching. So I don't really sit around and be watching shit. Believe it or not. That's why, believe it or not, last year, NBA shit was like a blur for me because I told you I was supposed to be on there with my man talk. We used to do some shows and shit. But I'm definitely gonna be over there this year. But yeah, man, I was so goddamn busy doing other shit. Like it seemed like if I wasn't working, I was doing shows or I was doing something for my daughter or doing something, around the house or something. I was doing something needed something. But it was like I was always fucking busy. So I didn't really have a lot of downtime to kind of like do shit. But yeah, man. No, man. People need to stop acting like we need cable, man. We don't need that shit. And the motherfucking local TV station, St. Clair, fuck you. Nobody gives a fuck about you. I know behind the scenes, you bitches is that trying to get that merger from Trump. And you know it's illegal, but Trump gonna allow you to get away with that illegal shit because he's a criminal. Criminals recognize criminals. Y'all doing criminal shit, St. Clair. And there's somebody else with them. I forgot who else is with them. But you see, Disney changed their motherfucking tune because they was losing money. You ever thought about it, man? Trump making us lose money. Fuck that shit. Sinclair talking about we in talks with Disney and ABC. You don't really give a fuck. You can show that shit or you don't. We losing money not having him on the show. I mean, for his show not to be running. You don't got to do it if you don't want to. But I think they going to get back in graces, Sinclair and all them shit. They're going to get back in graces with Jimmy Kimmel. Whatever Jimmy Kimmel does tonight, it depends how shit going to move forward with Sinclair and a lot of them companies that's connected to Disney. Excuse me. Yeah, it got all that shit, bro. You right, bro. You right. That's why I said a lot of motherfuckers don't know because they just don't know. But that shit is easy, man. I've been on that shit for almost shit. I ain't had cable in almost 15 years, people. Honest opinion. Hold my daughter. Hold on. Hold my daughter. GD10 next week. Almost 15 years. I had no fucking cable in 15 years. Almost close to it. Fuck around that shit. You know how much fucking cable costs now? Cable used to be, back in the day, used to be like $50, $60. That shit almost down there $100 for cable. I ain't fuck out of here, man. I ain't paying for that shit. No, and then now they want to give you this whole bundle package with the internet and all that. Comcast, no, Comcast, you keep that bullshit. Just give me the internet. And I'm still trying to look for some shit to get rid of fucking Comcast so I can get better internet. Going around looking at shit. Fuck out of here, people. Told you, I try to live in my means. I'm frugal, nigga. I don't got time for be paying all that unnecessary bullshit that I don't even actually need. I always tell people I spend more on internet. Believe it or not, my bill every month $140 a month. Then $150 a month for fucking internet. Crazy, right? But like I said, I'm trying to cut that shit down. Let's get back into it, people.
Yesterday, just before the announcement was made, more than 400 celebrities signed a letter saying this is a dark moment for freedom of speech in our nation. Several Republican lawmakers also spoke out against the FCC's pressure on ABC. Among them, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, calling it absolutely inappropriate.
Now, let me tell y'all something. You know what's so crazy, though? Because you know it's more than 400 actors in the industry. You know that, right? Now, it might be like a good 50 that probably is highly successful. They elites. Motherfuckers. I'm talking about the actors, the elite actors. Like motherfuckers know and really getting that bread. Like, you get what I mean? It's only probably like 50 of them. But it's more than fucking 400 fucking comedians. 400 actors. You get what I mean? There's way more of them in Hollywood. Come on now. Let's just be real. But anyway, let's move on.
And Senator Ted Cruz of Texas calling it dangerous as hell. Meanwhile, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr is
the reason the Republicans that is going against what happened to Kimmel is because they understand. I told you they're smart, stupid racists, right? They somewhat smart megas. They know the tides will change because it is very, very close to the midterms. And I'm telling you, just if the Democrats get one goddamn branch of government, Trump done. Trump done. Ain't no more of that bullshit he been doing. Listen, they ain't even passing policies now. So imagine when the Democrats get in there, they're going to shut all that shit down. But I told you, Trump already got what he wanted. He already got what he wanted. The Republicans already did. Because they got their tax cut all the benefits from regular folks. They did all that to steal everybody money. Right? Mind you, this thing about this, they cutting people from Medicare, right? Mind you, you're still paying for Medicare. All the stupid people out there was like, oh, we need to get rid of Medicare. You need to cut it. They need to go away. You still going to pay for Medicare. You still going to pay for it. And it mind boggles me about these MAGA people. They like, they're giving free money and they're giving free health care to these people that should be getting, they should be working. But you ain't mad that we just passed a tax cut for the rich. That's welfare. They make way 10 times way more money than the American people make. And that's only 1% of the country. Imagine that. But you worrying about fucking stupid. Never mind. Like I said, they'll find out. It's gonna hurt them soon. They don't care about it right now, but it'll affect them soon. But yeah, like I said, I usually can predict a lot of this shit. I'm just telling you, the shit right there in your face, they're just letting you know what they're doing. But mind you, Trump ain't gonna be. Listen, let the Democrats get one more motherfucking shit, cause they talking about shutting down the government. And if I'm the Democrats, I shut this bitch down. The country already fucked up. Go ahead and shut it down. Because you got to think about it. Next year is when you're going to see that so-called big, beautiful bill really going to affect. It's going to go into an effect next year. And watch and see how many of them megas be talking all this goofy shit that they talking about. How great the bill is. Okay, cool. We'll see. Because they're really going to start going into effect next year. So hopefully motherfuckers be smart and take their tax money and try to say that shit instead of going out and going crazy. You know how when people get their tax money, start, trying to set trips and do all this other goofy shit that they do. Because by the time then, you ain't gonna have a lot of people ain't gonna have health care. That big beautiful bill cuts that shit. It cuts Medicare. It makes it hard for you to get Medicare. They cut social programs that help people that's struggling. They cut all that shit. That shit basically don't even exist at this point. Once that shit kick in next year. But like I said, they'll figure it out. But let's move on.
Verify his controversial comments about Kimmel, denying that he threatened to revoke the broadcast license. And
I want to say, that's that thing that like they be these MAGA people thinking that you hating on Trump or you trying to hate on something. It's not hating. You bitches didn't read the bill. They just tell you that the bill ain't gonna do shit, but you don't read the bill. You don't know what it does. Trump and the Republicans tell you anything, you just rock with it. Okay, cool. If you ain't gonna read the bill, you ain't gonna try to comprehend what the bill means, then what the fuck are we talking about? Why we're debating? It's not a debate. You don't even know what the bill is gonna do. Because you didn't read the goddamn bill. You just listen to Trump and the right-wing shit that goes on social media and Fox News. That's all you did. So you took their word, so what the fuck are we debating? But like I said, you'll find out.
Of ABC affiliates, unless the network fired the late night host. Here's what Carr said last week, followed by his new explanation yesterday.
when you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. Frankly, when you see stuff like this,
first of all, you're a liar. What Jimmy Kimmel said was not that sick as possible. Wasn't nothing sick about it. You just didn't like. First of all, Trump been trying to get Jimmy Kimmel because he's getting bad, so-called bad publicity from them. They're not being fair to him. How did somebody supposed to be? Listen, I'm gonna explain this to Trump and people that ride with him. First of all, this is lets you know, number one, how insecure he is and how much of a punk he is, right? How much a bitch ass dude he is. You can't take criticism. You can't take jokes. Something wrong with you. You shouldn't. That's what I mean by Trump is unqualified to be where he is. Now, the second thing is, you can't say to us that somehow, some way, that Jimmy Kimmel comments was so inappropriate and so wrong and hurtful when you all made fun of Nancy Pelosi's husband getting beaten. Y'all wasn't outraged about that. Y'all make fun of that shit. That man could have died. He was 80-something years old when that shit happened to him. He was fucked up. That dude fucked him up. You didn't care about that. Now, not even 2 months ago, almost was 2 months ago, some Democrat representative and her husband got murdered. Trump did an interview and said he didn't even know who she was. Come on, bro. I know who she was, who the fuck cares? So we only supposed to care because you care about Charlie Kirk getting murdered? Yeah, all right, cool. So we supposed to keep that same energy. We supposed to keep that same energy that you have. And first of all, Trump, he's a liar. I know he knew what happened to those people. The Democrat state legislator, he knew who she was because it was all blasted all over fucking social media. And all he does is watch social media. So he's lying. That's the crazy shit about it. He just blatantly lied. And everybody just ignore that shit. He's just blatantly lying. I don't know who that is. Listen, first of all, I don't believe you. You're a fucking liar because all you do is watch social media. And it was all over the news. It was all over social media. If you got enough time to sit back and watch fucking Jimmy Kimmel, motherfucker, you know that this shit was out there that would happen to these representatives and her husband. And it was other people that got hurt. They didn't die, but they got injured. He tried to kill a whole bunch of people. He was on a warpath, and he was mega. Man, please, nobody trying to hear that shit from Donald Trump, man. All you fucking mega people about Charlie Kirk. Nobody cares. Y'all don't care about other people. Why the fuck we care about when y'all die? Why? Nobody cares. And I mean that shit. Don't be sitting there out here being hypocrites. You don't care about others, so why the fuck we care about you? And I mean that shit. I'm so sick and tired of that shit. The hypocrisy. Just being straight up hypocrites. Want us to feel a certain type of way against y'all motherfucking racist ass people, but then when other people die, you don't even care. Charlie Kirk, let me explain something to you. Charlie Kirk did not do more for people than that lady representative from the state that got murdered with her husband, she did way more. I guarantee she was more qualified. She impact people more than fucking Charlie Kirk. He just made racist people feel emboldened to be racist. That's all he did. That's all the fuck he did. I'm not celebrating that. That's not inclusion. That's not what we supposed to be as a country. And he got rich off of it. He got popular off of it. Listen, it's streamers. Right now, they the biggest shit in the world. What's their real impact? I'm waiting. I'm not knocking that shit, but I'm just saying, really, what's their impact? What they do? If I got behind the streaming shit to what I do and make a fucking fool and make a mockery of shit, I'd be one of the biggest goddamn live streamers too. I'll be one of the biggest streamers too. What the fuck are we talking about here? What's the impact? Or motherfuckers keep clicking in and donating to a motherfucker to be stupid and ignorant with no impact? Please, man. Motherfuckers like, oh, you sound old. Nigga, you call it whatever you want to call it. Like I said, they doing all that shit and what impact, and I'm talking about true impact. What are they doing? What are they doing? They're just making money, bro. And salute to them. Do your thing, man. That's the new wave. You do that. But don't tell me these motherfucking live streamers is impactful. They have this impact on culture of like, okay, the impact of people who watch stupid shit and watch them behave stupidly, but what real impact? I wish they stop saying that, like they using words that they shouldn't be using. Give me a second, people. And I want to put it this way, people, so it won't come off as I'm trying to hate on the youth or hating on the new wave of shit. It's not hating on it. My thing is, it's a lane for that shit. And I get that. But when they start trying to cross that shit over to where that shit is some type of a different type of impact, like this impact or what? No. Still to this day, Michael Jackson has a way bigger fucking impact, and he was a singer. Because it ain't just about a motherfucker just having an impact. Anybody can have an impact on society, but do it really mean anything? Your shit gotta mean something. Now, if you just got a lane just to have an impact to be famous, I get that. I respect that. But when motherfuckers started talking, they was no, they was this, they was no, they wasn't. Keep them in that goddamn lane. That was impactful. Let them motherfuckers mourn. And that's the same thing with Charlie Kirk. Let y'all mourn. But don't get over here and act like we supposed to give a fuck about that. Like I said, it's the new wave for the young kids. I get that shit. But the young kids, y'all gotta understand, man. Y'all, this shit don't last. This shit don't last long. And I mean just life. It don't last as long as you think. You don't know your due date. Y'all just sitting out here just doing. I'm saying y'all. I'm not saying people gotta be serious all the time. I'm just saying, goddamn, do something impactful, so people really remember you for something. This whole shit that these niggas on now, this shit is not. Listen, okay, listen, people. It was streamers that had got murdered, committed suicide. They talked about them a little bit, and they was gone. They moved on to the next streamer. Nobody gave a fuck. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Nobody cares. Because they streamed, they had an impact, had all these followers, and were millions of dollars. But what do that matter? What did they do that was impactful? What's the dude name that passed away, that he was out here being a male chauvinist, talking down to women and shit? And mainly he did it to black women. I forgot his name. He had died and passed away. I think he had a heart attack or some shit. He was with a chick. I forgot his name. That's what I mean. I forgot his goddamn name. This is what I'm talking about. What the fuck is your impact before you leave this earth? That's what I'm saying. Kevin Samuels. Nobody give a fuck about Kevin Samuels no more. You just see people out trying to replace him. That's it. What's the little punk ass dude over there? All of a sudden he a black MAGA, Antoine, whatever the fuck is, the little goofy ass little black dude looking like a fucking goof troop. Look like a dude that you wouldn't even hang around anyway. He trying to step in that lane. Like, nobody got time for these cornball ass niggas, man. Like I said, motherfuckers are sitting around pretending that they better than motherfuckers on the internet. And ain't none of them shit. Because once they die, they gonna move on to the next big thing. The internet is microwave society. That's all it is. And it's actually quicker than the microwave. It's about impact, people. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, not trying to shit on the young shit. I ain't trying to shit on the movement. I'm just saying, what they doing. They're making their money. Do your thing, but don't just put these same motherfuckers in the same lane as others. That's my point. It's certain shit that you just can't do. That's all I'm saying. Nobody got time for that shit, bro. I'm a grown ass man, dog. Nobody got time for that shit. And it's not like I'm not hip to what's going on and no shit like that. I told you I'm a tweener, so I get it. But the older I get, the more the shit looks even more ridiculous. And it's not that. It's just that they trying to merge two things that ain't the same. And that shit ain't cool. Because then you take away from people that actually put work in. That actually stood for some shit. Actually had an impact. So, that's why I said this Charlie Kirk shit was insulting to me. I wasn't angry, at Charlie Kirk, or like in that way. I'm angry at people celebrating this nonsense shit. He wasn't shit. Go mourn. Go read a Nazi book or something. But don't bring that shit over here that like I'm supposed to feel the way you feel about that shit. Nah. Don't y'all appreciate it? Freedom of thinking and freedom of speech. They don't. I told you. This shit is all a hoax. But let's move on.
I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. A very reasonable, minimal step that can be taken. I mean, obviously, there's calls for Kimmel to be fired. I think you could certainly see a path forward for suspension over this. And again, the FCC is going to have.
Listen, that's a threat. He didn't say, listen, tell Kimmel, listen, this ain't the time for that. Please tell him to go apologize, man. This ain't good. They did none of that. The motherfucker blatantly straight came out and threatened him. And then, like I told you, even this threat that he's doing, that's not even the real issue. The real issue is that he's behind the scenes with Trump and them, telling these head honcho motherfuckers that own business and trying to do a merger, that if y'all don't get rid of Jimmy Kimmel or at least even suspend him, we gonna take away y'all license, and we not gonna let y'all this merger go through, because that's the real shit, the merger. But everybody ignoring that shit. This all bullshit. Over a comment. And it wasn't even that reckless or cruel. It wasn't even that cruel. To me. It wasn't like he was celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. That's what they made it seem. Man, anyway, let's move on. These motherfuckers are a bunch of hypocrites. That's why, listen, man.
You could look at
a lot of Democrats out there that are engaged in a campaign of projection and distortion. And distortion is they're completely misrepresenting the work of the FCC and what we've been doing. I saw there was a letter.
Now they talking about we. No, they talking about you, motherfucker. Not a we thing. You're not a we. And see how he tried to bring everybody up, like everybody was with this shit? No, you did that. You the one came out and went on a racist ass podcast, because that dude was a racist. I mean, that dude is a racist. And you went on a racist podcast and got tough. With your talk, that tough Tony talk. That's what I call it. Man, get your goofy ass out of here with that shit. And then try to lie. They misconstrue. It's like that when Stephen A. Smith, when he say some fuck shit, and then he get mad when he get feedback, and then he come back out and then try to act like they misconstruing what I said. No, ain't nobody misconstrue what you said. You talk tough Tony shit. It's like they don't take no accountability, but they want people to respect their opinion. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. He's just blatantly lying. That's not kind of what I said. No, we heard what you said. We do this the hard way or the easy way. And then you start breaking down shit. We heard you. We can see you. This shit is documented. Let's move on. This is why I have the disdain that I have for racist people. They take no accountability of what they say and what they do. But then they try to sit out here and pretend that the rest of us are playing victim, or we the ones are stupid, or we don't know what the fuck we talking about, or we attacking them. Man, get the fuck out of here. You just can't say whatever the fuck you want to say to people and don't think you're going to get a reaction back? Man, please. Shout out to Johnson in the middle. What up, Johnson? Yeah, this shit is funny, Book, man. Like, come on, man. But it's funny, but it angers me because I don't like the hypocrisy. And then they act like we can't see them. Like, yo, we just literally, we seen you say this shit. And now everybody misconstrued what you said. No. That's why I tell people, whenever I say some shit, I clarify what I'm saying when I'm saying it in the moment. That's why sometimes it may seem like I'm being long-winded. But I want you to understand why I'm saying what the fuck I'm saying. So nobody can come back, well, you said that. Well, motherfucker, I meant that shit. I can stand 10 toes down on what the fuck I said. But these goofy motherfuckers want to sit out here and pretend nobody see or heard what they said. Because so whatever the fuck I say, you already know what I meant by it. I ain't got to keep explaining it to you. Well, what do you meant by that? Hey, if you don't know what the fuck I meant, and I'm telling you what I said, then, hey, that ain't on me. You don't comprehend very well. And I ain't got to come back and clear up nothing I said because I stand on it. Oh, goofy. It's lazy. It's laziness. They being lazy with their own opinion. It's just being lazy. And they know they meant what they said when they said it the first time. What it is backlash. They don't like backlash. People don't like when they get backlash back. So people, well, no. That's not what I kind of meant. What? Yeah, okay. But they alphas, though. They stand on business. No, they don't. I say what I say and I mean what I mean. Fuck that shit. I ain't taking nothing back or whatever I said about Charlie Kirk, and fuck his whole entire family and other than them kids. Other than his kids. Other than, he got probably other kids in the family. Other than them, other than the kids, fuck his whole entire family. I don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about mine. He don't give a fuck about none of y'all's. He never did. Fuck out of here. I'm a black man. I live in America. Nigga, I've been living here 44 years old. I know a racist when I hear one. I know when somebody hate me. I can hear when a motherfucker got a disdain for me. I'm not gonna sit there and play around with certain dumb shit that he said. I'm not doing that. Got time for that. Shit ain't that complicated. They try to make shit complicated so it may not seem that, oh, I'm not really saying this, but I am kind of really saying it. But I'm not saying that. Matt, kiss my ass. Fuck you.
Senate Democrats that said the FCC threatened to revoke the license of Disney and ABC if they didn't fire Jimmy Kimmel, and that did not happen in any way, shape, or form.
Lie. He just blatantly just got on TV in front of an audience, live streamed, and just basically lied. We just heard you. We just heard you say that. All right, man. Give me a second, people. This is a motherfucker, man. All right, people, I'm back. This shit ridiculous. This man just blatantly got it. And this is why you can't trust shit that comes from this government at this point. Because he's just blatantly lying. He's blatantly lying. And like I said, they have no, like these Trump mega people, they have no like self-awareness or they just don't care. Like he just blatantly lied. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. Like, we heard you. People, he just said he didn't say that. Let's go back and listen to what he said. Let's go back. Let's listen to the whole thing of how he threatened these companies to take Jimmy Kimmel down. They better do something. They better fire him or at least suspend him. He basically said that shit. And then he got a nerve to come out when Jimmy Kimmel, he found out Jimmy Kimmel is coming back to his show. He got a show back. Now he lying and saying he didn't do this. He didn't say that. You said it. But let's listen to it again. For some weird reason, mega stupid. They'll believe this dumb shit that he just said. Let's listen to it.
Yesterday.
when you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct possible. Frankly, when you see stuff like this, I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. A very reasonable
a threat, or we gonna do something about it, or we gonna find a way to make sure something happens. And what do that mean? That's not directly they in control of getting rid of Kimmel, but they damn sure can affect. I told y'all that merger business they got and a license with St. Clair and they little local television shows. Now they're trying to blame it on what Jimmy Kimmel said that one of the nerds that come out other than his blatant lying, they came out and tried to say, that they was losing, his ratings weren't good anyway. That got nothing to do with it. Because if that was the case, they'd have been let Jimmy Kimmel go. Jimmy Kimmel was under contract. Colbert. The only reason this show is leaving, listen, it's some shit behind the scenes, but it's mainly because the views or whatever, right? But his contract is up. Trump act like he had a whole bunch to do with that. He didn't. Other than maybe they, you never know behind the scenes. It's very possible Trump had a little hand in them not re-signing him, going in a different direction. Because I told y'all, a lot of the motherfucking MAGA right-wingers, they are in these companies now. So they probably like, nah, Colbert, they looked at his ratings like, nah, we got to let you go. Now, in this time with streaming and television, he's actually was doing pretty well. Doing pretty good, like, as far as his ratings. Everything is down. I told you that this mainstream media shit, all of them across the board is doing bad. Even Fox News. Fox News is not doing that great. They're just leading of everybody. They're the top news network or whatever. But their ratings is down. All the ratings is down. Because nobody is really watching live stream TV. They're watching this shit they're streaming it or they're catching it later through streams. Nobody really is watching live shit no more. That's why, if you think about it, if I chop my videos up, I probably get more clicks of chopping my videos up that I do a live stream. I get more clicks. That's why everybody do it. But I'll be one motherfuckers to pay attention. I'm gonna do a 2 to 3 hour to 4 hour show. And I don't do them rarely. I mean, I don't do them like all the time. It's rare that I do a lot of these live streams like I do. I can go days without doing them. It's a build-up. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know I can chop my videos up. I'm not doing it. I want fucking people to pay a fucking attention. Go take your break. You know what I mean? Go get you something, whatever. But I'm not doing that. But people will do that because it brings them more views, get them more eyes on them, bring in more money. I'm not doing this shit for money. That's the difference. I appreciate when people donate, but I don't do it for money. So it's the difference between me and everybody else. You see people trying to start up their shit to do something. It's for money. It's not genuine a lot of the times. I've been doing this shit 10 years. But he just blatantly just lying. He basically threatened them companies. And they know what that shit mean because, like I said, they probably talked to this motherfucker behind the scenes. I guarantee you. It won't never come out, but I guarantee you they did. I guarantee you. Once these motherfuckers are out of power, then it may come up. But right now, no. They have backdoor conversations. Or why this happened to Jimmy Kimmel? Fuck are you talking about? Let's move on.
Minimal step that can be taken. I mean, obviously, look, there's calls for Kimmel to be fired. I think, you could certainly see a path forward for suspension over this. And again, the FCC is going to have remedies that we could look at.
A lot of Democrats out there that are engaged in a campaign of projection and distortion. And distortion is they're completely misrepresenting the work of the FCC and what we've been doing.
And let me say this. Anytime they try to use shit and try to act like it's the other side doing something, they the ones really projecting. That's all they doing. They doing the shit. They actually doing it at the time. And so they sit around and it's easy for them to do it because MAGA is stupid. They'll believe anything. They're in a cult. They know their supporters. They know their viewers. They know their voters. They know them. They know that they ain't bright. They dumb as fuck. They in the cult. It's like you keep catching the same racists that keep coming in here. They stupid. They're just a bunch of racists. When you tell them the truth, you lying. Even though the shit is documented. I can play this shit over and over again. And then motherfuckers will still say I'm lying. They're still trying to insult me for telling the truth. There's no helping these people. There's no helping them. It's not even. I told you, I don't do this for them. And like I told you, I had a live stream earlier. I told you, these type of MAGA people, even these little motherfuckers coming here, the trolls, they only doing that shit because it's saying the shit that they say and trying to insult me or whatever they doing, right? Is because they insecure about themselves. They got, like, you got nothing else better to do with your time? Go somewhere where it makes you happy. Where everybody agrees with you. Because that's all you want. You don't want nobody with a different opinion. You want everybody to agree with you. So go over there. But they'd rather come over here because I told you they're insecure and they worry about other people. Instead of taking a look at themselves and how fucked up they are. Emotionally, mentally, and maturely. They fucked up. But anyway, let's move on.
From some Senate Democrats that said the FCC threatened to revoke the license of Disney and ABC if they didn't fire Jimmy Kimmel, and that did not happen in any way, shape, or form. But when I spoke about
he just lying. You did that. You said that. If they didn't do anything about it, you said you was going to do something about it. They can do it the easy way or the hard way. What the fuck that mean? And then you broke it down of what you meant by the hard way. Listen, man. It is what it is. Like I said, you can't help people that... listen, you can't help MAGA. They gone, bro. They gone. They lost their damn mind. Everything's a fucking game. They stuck on stupid. These motherfucking politicians, these MAGA politicians, can just straight lie to their face on blatant national TV, on the internet, live streams. They can just on these social media platforms. They can just basically lie to their face, and they okay with it. What are we talking about? What's the conversation for? You like to be lied to because the truth the truth actually hurts. The truth makes you feel bad, which is supposed to sometimes. At least 50% of the time. Now, if you're a good person and you do what you do, maybe 25% of the times. But no one's perfect. So the truth gonna hurt sometimes. Especially when it deflects who you are. But it is what it is.
This week was that when concerns are raised about news distortion, there's an easy way for parties to address that and work that out. And in the main, that takes place between local television stations that are licensed by the FCC and what we call national programmers like Disney. They work that out, and there doesn't need to be any involvement of the FCC. Now, if they don't...
But it was already there. You already did that. And then he said no. And if they don't, he made the conflict. What he doesn't tell you, he created the conflict. Because he was behind the scenes pressing them, St. Clair, the local TV stations that own them TV stations, right? That actually you got to get their license from the FCC. Now, Disney and all them, they don't have to worry about none of that. Think about it. Jimmy Kimmel is back. St. Clair is still saying we're not going to play his show on our local networks, our local TV channels, because they still getting pressure from the FCC. We in the talks with Disney and all them. Listen, man. Let me explain something. Let me explain something to you real clear. Think about this. Bill Maher, right? Trump been suing him. You know why he been suing him? Is because he can't do nothing to Bill Maher. Bill Maher, his shows don't be on no local television stations. His shit is on cable. It's ran by business. So the FCC can't go after him. Or I think with HBO, he can't go with them. He can't fuck with them. They don't make money off their local shit. And they stream Bill Maher shit. That's the only reason that's why I said the FCC, the chair, he's lying. We know you behind the scenes putting pressure on St. Clair and a lot of them people that need to get license from you. These cable networks, they don't need that shit from him. Now this merger that they got, but that's more of that. I told you that's them St. Clair and all them. It's a couple of them. They need this merger to go through. It's not even really about the channels. I mean, the stations. It's a merger they want. Because at the end of the day, the fucking St. Clair can sue the shit out of the FCC. They can sue them. But it's a merger. It's something bigger than them fucking them TV stations. That's why they didn't even plan it. If that was the case, then don't play the shit. You should have did that from the jump. But I told you, it's a merger. They even with Disney and them. But Disney and them is losing money now. And that's why they like, fuck that. We got to bring Kimmel back. We losing money. This is about a merger, people. And they keep on trying to skate around it and deflect and pretend that what I'm talking about ain't facts. It's not what's really happening behind the scenes. You watching this shit live. Use your common sense. St. Clair is still talking about we still not playing Jimmy Kimmel. Why? And then now the FCC is telling you, if you play his shit, we're going to revoke your license. The FCC doesn't do that under any other president, but they're doing it under Trump. So that's number one thing they scared of, right? But the other thing is they shouldn't be scared of it because they can sue the shit out the FCC. Okay? Usually some shit like that, the FCC come say, look, that shit is inappropriate. They find the fucking, like, people like St. Clair. They'll give them a fine. They won't threaten that they're going to take their license away. Any other time, that's most likely what happened in St. Clair. A lot them type of people that own stations, they say, okay, cool, we'll take the fine, but we still gonna play this shit. We still gonna play the person. They'll come out with an apology. We do all that background shit, and we move on. No, the reason why St. Clair got stand on business is because they behind the scenes. It's a merger that they have. Once again, why St. Clair and some other companies, they're trying to do this merger with Disney and all that shit. But Disney ain't got to worry about being canceled. The FCC can't do shit to them other than stop this merger. But if they continue to not have Jimmy Kimmel on them and people are not paying for the shit, and they hurting them in all other businesses, not just this TV shit, they're hurting them at the Disney, the shit they go through Disney World. People getting rid of the Disney cruises. They canceling that shit. That's fucking their money up. So they like, at this point, fuck that merger for right now. We hurting right now. But St. Clair, they need this merger. They stuck in a rock and a hard place because they need that merger, and they very, very scared that Trump and this FCC chair dude, all Trump got to do is give him the okay and to squash the merger, but at the same time, because Disney's would be fine without the fucking merger. I just need y'all to know that. That's why Disney did what they did. But St. Clair, they need this merger. And at the same time, they can get their license revoked. So they double fucked. That's why they just said, they're not gonna play Jimmy Kimmel. Because they're still trying to save face. And they just waiting to see how shit maybe can smooth over with Trump and them, because they can't stop Disney from putting Jimmy Kimmel on the network. They can't do it in NBC. They can't stop it. Only thing Trump can do is stop that merger that they're trying to do. That's it. But they can't stop. They can't revoke they cannot revoke their license. They don't get no license from fucking the FCC. The FCC got nothing to do with these cable companies, these cable networks. They have nothing to do with it. They can't revoke or do anything with that. Believe you me, people, I have researched this shit. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what's happening. You think just Jimmy Kimmel they just bring him back? No, nigga. They found out it wasn't really no consequence if they bring him back. Where the fuck does that come from? They can't fuck with them cable companies. That's why nothing happens to Bill Maher. He tried to sue Trump, but that shit ain't work. The courts threw that shit out. The judge threw it out. I'm sorry, he didn't even go through a trial. The judge threw it out. If I'm not mistaken, I think he tried to sue Bill Maher twice, and it ain't work out. Let's move on.
When it's not as easy, which is someone can file a complaint at the FCC, and then the FCC, by law, as set up by Congress, has to adjudicate that complaint. And what I've been very clear in the context of the Kimmel episode is the FCC, and myself in particular, have expressed no view on the ultimate merits.
People, they're talking about these local St. Clair with their, their TV stations. Don't get conflicted of what he's saying, like they could do something to Disney. They can't. Congress can't do nothing to Disney either. That's all a bunch of bullshit he's saying. He's really talking about St. Clair. He's not talking about Disney. Disney don't need approval from fucking the Congress. Congress can't do shit to them. This is a private-owned business. Let's be real. And like I said, even if Congress tried to do something like that, they can get sued. Congress can get sued. It's illegal. Man, we got Fox News. Fox News says the most racist shit all the time. Congress can't do nothing about that. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. They still on cable net. They still on cable news. But like I said, look at all the racist shit they have said. Right? All the fucked up, horrible shit they have done. St. Clair plays Fox News. The president, before Trump, or any other president, never went at Fox News. It's like, we're going to revoke your fucking license. That never happens. Only with this childish piece of shit, this cornball ass motherfucker, this orange motherfucker. Fuck are y'all talking about, man? Y'all better listen to your boy, but research some shit so you know I ain't misleading you. These motherfuckers are scumbags. This whole Trump administration is they ain't shit. They are breaking all the norms. They don't give a fuck at this point. The president don't get involved in networks, people. They try to stay far away from that shit. I don't care what president it is. They usually try to stay away from this type of shit. Everything is so politicized with the internet that everybody knows if the president siding with anything. That's why usually when you see Biden in there, he didn't do none of that shit. He could have did this same shit he could have did this same shit to Fox News, but he didn't do it. He could have did this shit to St. Clair that plays Fox News. He didn't do it. You think they just been trying to get this merger? No, they were trying to get this shit under Biden. Y'all better wake the fuck up. These people ain't shit, man. And I told you, it's the 1%. They all here trying to. This shit is actually illegal what they doing. That's why Biden didn't even do it. Because it's illegal. But he's going to make it okay to do. Trump will. But everybody want to talk about Biden, the criminal. Okay, you mad? It's okay, cool. Let's move on.
Had something like that been filed,
if you have Snap or
Goddamn
Medicaid,
with the commercials.
you may qualify for a free iPhone or Samsung, plus up to 10.
A lot to get to this morning. National political reporter for the Wall Street Journal, Ken Thomas, joining us on a number of topics. Always great to have you here. I want to start right there with what we see from the FCC chairman clearly making a reversal here, and ABC making a reversal of their own, saying that the suspension is over for Kimmel, that he's coming back on the air tonight. Where do you think that the pressure on both sides came from, right? Why do you see the FCC chairman reversing course?
Now, let me say this. If this dude sit up there and lie, this is how you know that mainstream media ain't shit. And this MSNBC, you already know they fucked up. But this is how you know for sure what they allowed this dude to come on here. If he straight up lie, because I'm gonna break down a lie if he do lie, because I'm gonna catch everything. But if he just straight up blatantly lie about this shit, this is how you know you can't trust mainstream media anymore to listen to him no more. I don't myself no more. I just play this shit so y'all can just hear the nonsense and break down the shit. But I don't watch this shit. But let's move on.
Language that was pretty clear in the we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. I think everyone heard what he was saying there. So where does that reversal come from, and what pressure do you think ABC was facing?
Well, I think Rand Paul and Ted Cruz speaking out about this had an impact. I mean, the Cruz comments about, comparing this almost to Goodfellas certainly resonated with the public. Cruz is a former Supreme Court clerk.
Lies. Ted Cruz ain't got no goddamn power. The Republicans Party, which is MAGA, the politicians don't got no power. They go under Trump. People talking about, it was shocking that they said this. No, they said this shit because Trump allowed them to. Because Trump, he understood that these businesses, was Disney and MSNBC, was losing money. And they was telling Trump, look, man, we got to let him back, man. You listen, you fucked up. That's what happened. It ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking Ted Cruz or none of them dumbass Republicans. Them MAGA Republicans. Get the fuck out of here. No, it didn't. He's a liar. That's why I said it's a lie. This is why you can't trust mainstream media. This had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Understand the fucking power structure, people. Who the fuck is Ted Cruz right now? Nobody. Not under Trump. Trump run that shit. You think Trump ain't telling this motherfucker? Yeah, it's okay. Go out there and say that shit, Ted. Come on, man. Ted Cruz ain't had nothing to do with this shit flipping around it where it did. None of that shit. Not even no Democrat that spoke up out about it. It had nothing to do with it. You know what happened? Them protests. And I'm talking about financial protests. That had a lot to do with it. It had nothing to do with nothing else when it comes to Disney. Nothing. Not a MSNBC. ABC. Nothing. It had nothing to do with it. Nobody had nothing to do with nothing other than the people that said, hey, you know what? We gonna unsubscribe. We not fucking with y'all no more, man. And as long as y'all keep this shit up, more people was gonna come and they was gonna push more people to stop spending their money with them. See, this shit was getting ready to affect ESPN as well. Really, because you gotta understand, NBA is over there. The NFL is over there. Baseball is over there. Soccer's, it's a lot of shit over there, bro, that ESPN got. And you get people saying, look, man, we ain't fucking with none of that shit, man. That shit hurts these other 1%ers. So listen, don't get this shit twisted acting like some fucking politician, Ted Cruz, or the Democrats had anything to do with this. Had nothing to do with them. That's what they always do or mention. It was the politics. No, they didn't. Not a Democrat, not a Republican had nothing to do with why Jimmy Kimmel was back. Not one of them. It had nothing to do with it. Nothing. They seen that money ain't flowing like it was. And I keep telling you your power, people. So spending your fucking money. They do some shit. Hey, and you get on the internet, because we got the right to do it, and tell people to boycott it. And explain to them how serious this shit is. Listen, people, if I had some shit, listen, do y'all understand that they was talking about not going to Home Depot? Home Depot. Oh, nigga, come on, man. Y'all tripping, man. Like, listen, y'all better wake up, man. Understand your policy, but that comes with researching and knowing what the fuck is going on. That's what happened. It had nothing to do with none of that other dumb shit this dude talking about. Give me a second. All right, people, I'm back. Shout out to my brother Game in the building. What up, Game? Shout out to my brother. Listen, man, don't let these people bamboozle you. This shit is all propaganda. This had nothing to do with no politician. Had nothing to do with it. And I want the people to understand their power. It's because a lot of us, we ain't fucking with that shit. We not spending our money. That's what happened. It got nothing to do with none of this other dumb shit they talking about. Nothing. That's why I told you your vote matter too. You got to get out and stop voting for certain fucking people, man. Do your fucking research. Do your homework. Don't be voting for these fucking corporate Democrats. Hakeem Jeffrey should not be the goddamn the leader of the Democrat Party. Get his ass up out of here, man. I don't give a fuck. He black. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Is he supposed to be the first black Democrat leader? Oh, wow. Wow. Damn, all the work black people been putting in, we got the first black majority leader? Are you fucking kidding me? Man, please, get the fuck out of here. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. People, wake up. It's your power. They scared when that money. That's why I told you, MAGA right now, they sitting on their high horses. They talking all gangster shit. But wait till next year when that big beautiful bill kick in and how these bitches change their tune. Some of them already doing it, but wait till a lot of them start doing it. That's what you got to wait on. I'm waiting for next year. I'm waiting for that big beautiful bill kick in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's when you go see MAGA out this bitch really crying. They really hurting. All they hospitals in them rural states when they had national disasters and Trump like, no, we don't need FEMA no more. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Free speech advocate. So I think that certainly had an impact. But, there's certainly pressure from the left here. But, the genie is really out of the bottle. whether there was a direct threat or not, there was certainly a strong suggestion that the FCC was going to do work, as he put it. So I think this is one of those hard things that it's very difficult to really pull back. And it's clear that the president supports Brendan Carr here. So
he's straight lying. He's saying it's hard. He's basically saying it's hard for us to really understand why what happened. No! Mind you, they brought a propaganda. They brought this motherfucker that just went straight ahead and twisting pretzels not to tell the truth. It was because of the people. Money that Disney, ABC, and all other shit they own, because they own a lot of shit, they was getting affected. Home Depot was about to get fucked up. Them white liberals wasn't playing with their ass. Understand that. See, the thing about MAGA, they keep thinking, oh, we have in the country. Yeah, but what about the other half? When the other half starts spending their money with you motherfuckers, where you think the impact? How much the impact you think that's going to happen? Huh? You act like you the only motherfuckers pay taxes? You the only motherfuckers that make money or want to make money? Well, the rest of the half of the country. You don't survive in this country without the rest of us. This country ain't shit without the rest of us. You dumbasses. That's what happened. He twisting himself up in a fucking pretzel to not tell the truth. It had nothing to do with no politicians. Not even the Democrats on the left. Had nothing to do with them. It was about the people. Had nothing to do with them. And then even if he's saying the Democrats on the left, the people that had a problem with it, he tried to even downplay that. Okay, so what was it then? Huh? Did the fuck all of a sudden Disney got a wake up call, a rude awakening? No. Oh, this was wrong? No, they didn't. If they thought that they could do what they did to Jimmy Kimmel and it wasn't going to be financially a backlash for them, they'd have fired his ass. Y'all listen, y'all gotta wake the fuck up, man. This is a country that's ran off of what's the word I'm looking for? God damn it. Ran off of capitalism. And it's not in the good way. It's in the bad way. Because capitalism can be good. But it's ran away in a bad way. That's all this is about. This is about money. This ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking. Listen, you think any rich person at this point, you think they got any morals? Or principles? Or integrity? You really think that? I don't give a fuck who it is. If you're rich outside of your mind, you can do anything the fuck you want to do as a rich person. You probably done did everything. You think when you hear rappers say, "I've been all around the world," you think they got any integrity or morals? A lot of them. No, they don't. No, you don't. Because you see everything. After you did everything, you see everything's for granted. Why do you think you see people now trying to they buy for new looks? They try to get a new look. Do all that plastic surgery shit. Why y'all think that? Huh? You think it's just a culture thing? No, it's not. Because nobody that was poor could do that shit. Now they made it even easy access and financially appropriate for people that don't even make no goddamn money. to get the Michael Jackson, get the Kardashian look. That shit is easy now to get. Yo, rich people do it because they bored. And they scared to get old. Because they make money, a lot of them make money off of looking fitting a certain type of way in society, how they supposed to look. But they all look stupid as fuck. To me, they do. And then the motherfuckers that's getting that shit and they ain't famous or nothing like that, they get a little paper, they spend all their money to get themselves all fixed up. That's because number one, they most likely insecure people. But then two, that's what society tells you you gotta look like to look rich, to make the money. It's all stupidity. You sitting there risking your life. You know, anytime you do surgery, it's very high that you can die. Very high. I don't give a fuck what surgery it is. I know they got percentages of certain shit if you get certain surgeries. Listen, always believe that it's a high possibility doing any surgery, even if for health reasons or whatever. It's a high percentage that your ass may not wake up. Let me tell you something. My aunt that passed away last year, she got a surgery. They told her if she get this surgery, she'd be good. Mom died. And the surgery was fine. Everything went over. But it's always effects from that shit. It's affections and shit like that can happen. That's how she kind of passed away. Right? But ain't nothing. Listen, every surgery, to me, I always tell everybody, every surgery you will ever get in life, regardless how small or big it is, you're talking about damn near a lot of times people was under that milk, right? That milk is dangerous. You got that shit running through your system. These motherfuckers is grabbing and sticking and doing shit in your body wherever they at. Come on, man. They mixing that shit with other drugs. Do you understand sometimes if you too fucked up and that milk take over your body and you ain't waking up at a certain time, they pushing more shit into you to try to wake you up. So that's a bad combination to be having. Shout out to DC Young Fly, his woman. She want to go get them, BB, whatever the shit, make her, man, come on, man. Come on, man. And she died from that shit. In surgery. That shit is, listen, I'm telling y'all, listen, man, love yourselves, man. You get old, you get, if you fat or whatever, listen, hey, man, go exercise. You ain't gonna lose all that flabbiness. Not all the time, but at least if you working out, you trying to lose the weight, get healthy. People do a lot of shit because, yes, they're a little insecure about what's on them, but mainly a lot of that insecurity comes from how people perceive them. You get what I mean? That's everybody. That ain't just them. It's everybody. It's all of us. It's me. I got insecurities how I look and certain shit. You know what I mean? But it's life, bro. Anyway, let's move on.
It's just hard to imagine that, people would act differently based on, the circumstance.
Especially given the number of media reporters who were reaching out to Carr in the aftermath of this decision, and he's sending them emojis, clearly defiant in his posture. What do you imagine the Trump reaction is going to be?
Right, of course. I mean, this became one of the biggest stories on the planet, and so it's hard, I think, for
that's why the CDC chair, he blatantly was lying. Because they said, hey, they would send him messages, hey man, what the fuck are you doing? And he was sending emojis back, like kind of like laughing. We did that. So what's up? Like this shit can happen to y'all. Trump was talking the same shit. He was talking the same gangster shit. But people want to sit and live in la la land. It's okay. It's cool.
Leaders to be viewed as going soft now, or reverse course. I mean, I think the message was sent, and I think broadcasters are going to, have to take this into consideration.
Yeah, I think clearly, especially even as this story was coming together, we were talking about all of the different cross currents for places like Nexstar, who's trying to do their merger, like ABC, who's trying to do various business deals that are going to require deals.
Guess who that was? It was Nexstar and ABC, which is kind of in Disney. All that shit is like Disney and ABC is all one. It's Nexstar. And it's somebody else too. But I know St. Clair got something to do with that. But it's another fucking company. It's a merger. She's saying this shit. And she's saying it so fast and not focusing on it. This is what's fucked up about mainstream media. They won't focus on that shit. That's the reason why. But they can't kind of really focus on that shit is because you got Mega is in control of a lot of these companies. They're in the companies. That MSNBC, especially MSNBC, they've been taken over by the right wing. Excuse me, and Mega. They've been taken over. So she won't focus on it. She just says some shit and glancingly just roll on to the next question. Or trying to glance onto another question. But that's the reason why. And what she ain't saying, it's actually illegal for them to be doing this shit. She won't say that though. But anyway, let's move on.
Approval. The politics and the substance of potential mergers and acquisitions is always so inextricably linked here. So we'll certainly be watching Kimmel tonight. That's going to be, I think, must-see TV. The other thing we're going to be watching...
I don't believe it might not be that epic. I just got this weird feeling that he's going to come out there and apologize. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it. I'm just saying, what's going to come back from that? That's like him apologize. I'm okay. But that's what I'm going to wait on. This shit is, and it's going to be must-see TV because we're going to try to figure out, even if you're on the Mega side, you're going to be like, what are you going to say after that? Is he going to apologize? Like, you waiting for and it's us. People like, oh, well, all right, if he apologized, but then what else he gonna say? He gonna stand on business? Like, so his show's probably gonna be the biggest shit. But I'm not the high possibility that Jamie, listen, it's very possible that they got to him. Because one thing about the industry, nigga, it's about that money, them elites. I keep telling you about that 1%. This shit is about money. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel, the crazy shit about it, and I could be wrong, but I don't think Jimmy Kimmel can come back from this if he gonna be real. He gonna really have to cut down on a lot of shit that he say about Trump because they already showed you what they can do to you. So it's gonna be very hard for him unless he gonna stand on business. Unless NBC and Disney, they said they've been talking to him. You already know what he owned. And I mean, if they let Jimmy Kimmel be Jimmy Kimmel, I give him ABC and Disney Day props. And people should go back and subscribe to them because they standing on business. But I highly doubt they let him stand on business anymore. I highly doubt it. And I could be wrong. I'm about 75 that Jimmy Kimmel, I'll say 65%. No, 60% that he stand on business. And then ABC and Disney stand on business with this. But it's like 40% that because I'll fuck with Jimmy Kimmel. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So that's why I say 60. But it's actually really swap for me. If I want to be very honest, I think it's 60% or 40% that he stand on business. And there's about 60% that he won't. Just being real. But to give him the benefit of the doubt, I give him 60-40. That he stand on business. Because I think Jimmy Kimmel, I think he could stand on business with this. But it's just because I like Jimmy. But it may not be what y'all think it is tonight. I'm just telling y'all, don't get your hopes up high. This might be a whole nother big ass story tomorrow. I guarantee you. You know it's gonna blow up tonight. I don't usually live stream. Like, I like to do my research and shit, so I don't really like to talk about a lot of shit when shit happens a lot, because I like to see other people's reactions, and I like to let shit marinate a little bit, because people are in the moment, motherfuckers. They like to get in the moment and feel a certain type of way. I'm not in the moment type person. I let shit settle for a little something, and then we talk about it. But other than that, I may not talk about this shit to maybe Thursday or maybe next week. I'm being dead honest, because I told you I got to work Friday. I'm working for like 5 straight days. So I'm working from Friday all the way to the next Tuesday. So you know me, man. I got to get my rest, got to lay down, get my shit together. So it is what it is.
Hours earlier is going to be happening at the UN in Midtown Manhattan. How is the White House previewing what the president's remarks are going to be at a time where he's tried to position himself as this diplomatic broker on a number of different fronts that have really remained in a stalemate?
Yeah, we don't know a lot about the speech, but he's going to, as they put it, project American strength. I think Gaza is certainly going to be the undercurrent here. You have a number of American allies.
You talking about all that shit? Talking about Trump? I don't give a fuck about Trump. Trump ain't gonna do shit about nothing. That's all bullshit. This is a weak, like, and this dude is weak. I don't even know why the fuck. He's a reporter, a national political reporter for the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal is a damn joke at this point too, as well. Who the fuck cares? Who cares, man? So I'm trying to figure out which one I want to play. Because I want to actually sit on this Vice President Harris interview. Excuse me. I actually want to spit on. Y'all let me know which one y'all want me to get on. Y'all want me to stay on this Jimmy Kimmel shit? The right wing is split somehow with TYT, because they be on some bullshit now. And I kind of don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with them. I unsubscribe to them motherfuckers, because that motherfucker Anna ain't shit. That bitch is a little racist. And she's one of them in the closet racists that I told you a lot of people we didn't figure out who motherfuckers was. But anyway. Or y'all want to talk about this Vice President Harris interview that she did with Rachel Maddow. Y'all let me know in the chat. Let me know which one. Because we can change, we can switch over to that vice versa her shit, or we can stay with this Jimmy Kimmel shit. Y'all let me know. I'll give y'all the opportunity to let me know what y'all want to talk about. All right, we got, I guess you're saying TYT. I guess you want to, are you saying you want to stick with the Jimmy Kimmel shit? Or are you trying to move on to the vice president, former vice president Harris shit? Y'all let me know. Let me know in the chat, people. All right, Jimmy Kimmel shit. All right, I see one. Y'all let me know in the chat, man. Oh, shout out to the OG Ron Green and man. My bad, big homie. I missed that shit that he sent out. He always show love. Shout out to him. I appreciate you donating to the channel too, man. Hey, people, donate to the channel, man. Go to OBF the Real Cash App. Donate to the channel, people. Don't matter how much y'all send through the chat, man. Send through the Cash App. It don't matter. It's all love. Could be a fucking dollar for all the fuck I care. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it. All right, got my man L. He said the Vice President Harris interview. The former Vice President Harris. Give me a tiebreaker. It seems like the chat is slow, man. Give me a tiebreaker. Shout out to my brother Mel P in the building. What up, Mel? All right, listen. We'll get into this Vice President Harris shit. She had an interview with Rachel Maddow, and she had a new book or whatever, and I didn't like it. And I didn't like the timing of it. I just put it that way. It's not that I don't like it, because I actually read her book. Honestly, called I did the audio book shit. So I actually listened to her, and she wasn't it wasn't a bad, like everybody like it's bad. I think Democrats look at it as bad, but I didn't look at it as bad. It was like she was kind of telling the truth. But I think at this time it wasn't good to do, because times we in. That's the only problem I had. I don't think that she fully didn't tell the truth. I just thought it was bad timing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, shout out to former Vice President Harris, because she actually, the fucking audio book was, her book was, read that shit, people. If you read it, do the audio, whatever, that shit is fire. It's actually fire. Believe it or not, it's actually fire. She tells the fucking truth, and I never seen nobody get that real about what the fuck was really happening. You know what I mean? And so shout out to her. That shit was real, especially at this time that we are now. She was being very honest and being very real. But give me 1 second, y'all. We're gonna get into it. Shout out to my brother Mel P. I said Mel P, shout out to my brother Mel. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Always appreciate that. Hope your meeting going well, bro. All right, people, I'm back. So we're gonna get in as much as we can get into with this Vice President Harris, former Vice President Harris interview on Rachel Maddow. We're gonna try to get in as much. If y'all request it again, with try to do the rest of it. But I think we can get in nicks and crannies of this shit. Hopefully, in the next hour. Right? So let's try to get into it. Because I actually, the fucking interview is very long, but it's like a whole hour. And it's like for an hour of a fucking interview, it's like damn it 6 hours for me. You know what I mean? Because I gotta, I gotta get my say in that shit and break down certain shit. But it is what it is. We're gonna try to get into it. We're gonna try to do as much as we can. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Shout out to my brother Mel P in the building. Shout out to my brother Life in the building. Shout out to my brother LT in the building. Shout out to Game in the building. Shout out to Bro Bell in the building. Shout out to my brother Talking in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know I ain't nothing but love. And if I'm missing some people, let me know in the chat. I shit moving a little fast. It's moving slow, but it's moving fast. But anyway, let's get into it, people.
Tonight, we do have Vice President Kamala Harris here tonight for her first news interview since leaving office, her first news interview since the election. I'm very excited to speak with her. I'm a little nervous about this interview because it's a big deal, I'll tell you. I do have one thing to tell you, though, separate and apart from that, before we get started. MSNBC has just today announced that my new documentary is going to be airing here on Friday, October 17th. This is a brand new documentary I've made. It's called Andrew Young, The Dirty Work. We're going to have a special Rachel Maddow show here on MSNBC that night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's Friday, October 17th, and then the doc is going to air right after the show. So if you just pop
you got to watch that shit too, right? Because it's about Martin Luther King too. Believe it or not. It's about Martin Luther King. It's about black people. I'm just telling you. So we all should go watch that shit. I think it comes out October 17th, 8 p.m. But I'm not probably gonna watch it right then and there, but I'll probably catch it a little later. But hopefully I can catch it. I might can catch it. I might catch it. It's on a Friday. I might can catch it. But yeah, go watch that special. It's a documentary. Andrew Young. If you don't know anything about him, do your fucking history on him. But it got something to do with Martin Luther King and the civil rights era too, as well, people. So make sure you guys go check that out. So I like Rachel Maddow. Like she's the, like, to me, She's the only real motherfucker on mainstream media right now. Honestly, she be breaking down some shit. So shout out to her. She the only real motherfucker there. This white lesbian woman is out here being real. You can't even get black people out here to be real. You see Van Jones, he was out there bug dancing and cooning and shit. This nigga, can't believe that nigga. I mean, I can, but this shit is crazy. I appreciate. Listen, no, I don't fuck the meeting. If it's important, Mel P, my brother, like, yeah, make sure you take care of your meeting, take care of your shit. But I appreciate you fucking with me and rocking with me. I appreciate that. But anyway, let's get into it, people.
In your calendar for me, if you don't mind, Friday, October 17th. I will have more to tell you about it in the days ahead, but it was just announced today, so I wanted to let you know. That's it. Tonight, we are going to be speaking with Vice President Harris. You may remember there was a sort of mantra in her campaign, a call and response that she used in her rallies. She would say, when we fight, we win. She'd say, when we fight, and then everybody would say back with her, we win. And of course, what everybody knows now very much all too well is that she did not.
Hold on, people. Give me a second. What the fuck is she doing? Let's get to it, Rachel Maddow. I know you're trying to interview and all that shit. What you doing? I'm gonna try and get to the interview. Hold on. Oh, god damn it. Goddamn commercial, man. So you know what? It might not have been this long. Because she had her show. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Hold on. There she go. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get into it, people.
Joining us now for her first news interview since the election is former Vice President Kamala Harris. Madam Vice President, thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
It's weird to talk about you with you sitting here and me pretending you're not here.
Oh, it was awkward for me too.
Okay.
Let me just say this too, right? Before we even start this. You know what I like about Vice President her, a former Vice President Harris? You know what I genuinely do like about her? Her demeanor. Like, I love her face expressions. Because it almost reminds me of me, right? Like, you know if I mean something, right? You know when I'm happy. You know when I'm sad. Like, that's her face expressions. And some people take that shit as being phony. It's not. It's actually, motherfucker, if they laughing and they having fun about some shit and they think this shit is funny, that's what they mean. Like, it's kind of like that. That's how former Vice President Harris comes off at me. That's what I loved about her. Like, I don't think it was fake. I just thought it was, you know, a lot of people don't understand that. Like, people face expressions tell you everything. They body language. They can't help who they kind of are in a way, right? I don't think that she could control how she laughed or how she thought things was funny or whatever. You can't control that. Me, myself, I can't control that either. Like, it's just, if I'm mad about something, I'm mad about it. You're going to see the face expression, you're going to see the body language, you're going to see everything. It's almost authentic to me. But some people may think differently. But for me, that's what I did like about it. Now, I didn't agree with all her policies and everything, right? I don't like that she a corporate Democrat, but I liked it that she felt like she was authentic because she couldn't help who she was. She couldn't help her reactions to shit. And so I liked it that. But anyway, let's move in. And of course, some are policies, but let's move on.
I am well, all things considered.
Yeah.
I am well.
How have you been taking care of yourself since the election?
You know, I have an incredible family. I've been spending more time with them than I had for quite some time.
Facts.
Cooking, and writing, and reflecting, and talking to a lot of people, making a lot of calls.
And people listen, and some stupid people probably call that, me cut it off, but some people probably call that cap. She capping. Oh, she home cooking and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Listen, I'm ready to cook tonight for my fucking family. I don't cook a lot, but when I got the time and I'm home, I cook. That's what I do. I cook or I grill. I'm doing something, right? And if I ain't up to it or whatever, my wife is doing it. But like, yo, when you got the time to spend with your family, you do the normal shit, right? Because your life, in your mind, your life is stressful when you go out in the world. That's why I always say about what I said about a former vice president Harris. Her shit feels authentic to me because that's normal shit to do. People acting like, oh, that's not normal. No, she ain't doing that. She was the vice president. She was former vice president. She had all this power. Yo, some people, when you somebody, when you got that aura, you got that shit, you that it, you know that. And when shit ain't going right in your life and you get a setback, right? You kind of like, yo, let me get back to the basics, who the fuck I am. You know what I mean? Or motherfuckers don't really know who you are, and they don't think that you would do that shit when they think you that. That's what I like about her. I'm sorry. Listen, I know some people, even on this live stream, and other people gonna get upset at me about saying that. I think she was being authentic. Honestly, my honest opinion. I didn't like policies and shit, but I think she was who she was, bro. I don't think. Sometimes people don't like certain people's personalities, and I get that, but I thought she was authentic. I thought listen, I felt her. And still right now, I do feel her personally. Because I just think that we got this weird ass thing that I can connect with her on. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know what it is, but it's like it's authentic to me. I don't think she's playing like that. I think that's her life, how she is. Y'all, like, a lot of times y'all be thinking I be mad about shit or I got so much bad shit going on in my life. I don't. I just be trying to understand other people's feelings. Right? But a lot of the times if I was selfish and I ain't give a fuck about shit, nigga, I'll be happy all the time. I tell you that shit all the time. I mean, I don't tell y'all that all the time, but I'll be real about that shit with y'all. If I didn't have to care about other people, if I was very selfish, I wouldn't care. Like I'll be mad. I'll be mad happy. You know? But sometimes you gotta laugh so you won't cry. Shit's fucked up sometimes, so you gotta smile about shit. You gotta listen, you can't stop who you are of your happiness because shit around you is fucked up. And I think that's what she does a lot of the times, and people take that as she being disingenuous. I don't think it's that. I think she really, nigga, is her life really that fucked up? No, it's not. It's not. But you could get fucked up. Shit can happen around you and can make you feel a certain type of way. It doesn't necessarily mean that your life is fucked up. But anyway, let's move on.
A lot of calls. So I've been busy.
Let me talk to you about this capitulation thing.
Yeah.
It's really landed with me. I feel like we're all in the middle of it, but you articulating it in the way that you do, you've become the patron saint of I told you so, in terms of people understanding the sort of warnings and predictions that you made about what Trump would be like. And you say, I predicted all of that. I warned of it. What I didn't predict was the capitulation. The billionaires lining up to grovel, the big media companies, universities, so many major law firms, I will note, including your husband's.
Yeah, and he spoke out about it.
He's been very vocal in criticizing it. He said they've all been bending to blackmail and outrageous demands.
Yeah.
Man, State Farm made $104 billion. Progressive made $61 billion. You think that's...
Yeah. Why did you not predict the capitulation? And what do you make of the effort to try to put some steel in the spine of those institutions?
So as you know, I am a lifelong public servant. And but I've worked closely with the private sector over many years. And I always believed that
Well, what she mean by she's a corporate Democrat. That's what I don't like about her. That's one of the things I don't. I totally disagree, and I don't like about her. But anyway, let's move on.
if push came to shove, those titans of industry would be guardrails for our democracy, for the importance of sustaining democratic institutions.
And let me say this. I actually agree with her. Because we knew Trump was going to be fucking bad. Myself. But I didn't see these corporations, and I'm with her. I didn't see these corporations cowering to him. But then it makes sense though. Right? Like after you get off of being disillusioned about, dang, these corporations are cowering, then you start to really think about it. It makes sense. Right? It actually makes sense of why they're doing it. It's about the money. Because money brings power. Right? But who got the power? Literally got the power. Trump and the Republicans. And I think that's where she and me and a lot of us, it was like, oh, we didn't think they would do that. But they did do it. So I actually agree with her on that. I actually agree because I didn't see them doing that. But then once it happened, I was like, oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense why these corporations did what they did. Side with this motherfucking fake dictator. Because this shit is about money at the end of the day. I was being naive. And I think she was being naive as well. So I actually agree. Let's move on.
And one by one, they have been silent.
Mm-hmm.
They have been, yes, I use the word feckless.
Yeah.
It's not like they're going to lose their yacht or their house in the Hamptons. And here's the thing.
But what she won't say is that they just being greedy. Listen, when you've been rich a long time, see, people think it's just about the money. Money brings power. And then we live in this social media era, right? It's social media. And then you got, if you are a business mogul, right? That's a whole nother thing, right? Like where you want some shine, right? And let's think about it like this. If I'm big like that, right? And the regime changes and I can't, because listen, a lot of rich, that 1%, they're drifters too. They're going to drift to where it would bring its popularity, right? So they will drift to somewhere where, they drifting to Trump. Trump is popular, right? Anything to do with him is popular, right? So they think that shit brings them money. But the problem is that they don't understand is that they're losing their morals and principles in this shit. And then the other thing is that they think people going to forget this shit. You feel me? Like they think we going to forget this shit. And we got to hold them accountable for what they did. And like I said, if you got new regimes, they going to come in. Because like you think about these 1% corporate businesses, they're going to have new regimes coming in. They're just moving with the time. Right? Trump is popular. He's doing whatever he does. But they're moving to where Trump and where they think the regime is where they can make money. That's all that is. But if a Democrat get in there and say, we ain't going to do that, and they get the power, they're going to go right back to fucking with liberals. That's why I never trust the 1%. The 1% is greedy, They all about drifting. That's all they do. Pay attention. That's all it's about. They was just with Bernie. The AOCs of the world, the liberals, right? With Biden, right? Now all of a sudden, everything changes. Let's get rid of DEI. Let's do all that. Because now they understand where the money is coming from. It's bigger than what y'all think it is. That's why the MAGA, they think they winning. But you not really winning. You ain't getting them jobs if you ain't qualified. If you losing them money, they're not hiring you. What about the white people getting them jobs? You can't do those jobs. You get rid of those black and minority people. They already put the work in. You trying to get those jobs. How you going to get those jobs if you're not qualified? You can't do the goddamn job. But anyway, let's move on.
Democracy sustains capitalism. Capitalism thrives in a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we are dealing with, as I called him at my speech on the ellipse, a tyrant. We used to compare the strength of our democracy to communist dictators. That's what we're dealing with right now, Donald Trump. And these titans of industry are not speaking up. And perhaps it is because his threats and the way he has used the weight of the federal government to take out vengeance on his critics is something that they fear, and I get that. I understand why they do. We've seen the demonstration.
And you know why she understands that, right? Do y'all know why? It's because the Democrats did that, right? They didn't do it to the extreme that he did it, right? What they call is cancel culture, right? That happened, right? Politically, however you want to look at it. It happened before, but it was for the right reason, right? Trump is doing it for all the wrong reasons. And so that's what, like, you kind of like, well, they did it on that side. Like, nah, yo, but that shit was for good. It's more about inclusion. They wasn't tolerating bigotry and hate. But now Trump, like, fuck that. We don't give a fuck about that, nigga. It's about hate and all that shit. And now it's putting pressure on them corporations. And so you see the corporations changing and doing what they're doing is because it's about the times is shifting. Who's in power? They was all with these same companies. These 1%ers, a lot of them. They was all with the Democrat Party when you had the feminist movement. You had the BL movement, DEI, all that shit. It made sense, right? They only roll with it because it made money. It made sense. Mainly, it made money. And they felt like it was on the right side. Now, right now, what you're seeing, the right side is MAGA. Being racist, being bigoted. That's the right side to be on right now. Nobody want to acknowledge that. Even Love Vice President, former Vice President, but she won't even acknowledge that. That's what I said. I will check her ass too. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. People think that I'm a fucking Democrat. I'm not a fucking Democrat. I will criticize the fucking Democrats when they doing some saying or doing some fuck shit. They did the same shit, but it was in a better, it was for a good reason. And an economy always booms when Democrats are in. They fix shit. So every time they fix something, the Republicans come in and they get on their high horses. They talk about how bad it was, and then they get in there and the economy's okay, and then they do a little something, and then they fuck it up. Because they can't help themselves but being greedy. But like I said, MAGA, you will understand this shit next year with that so-called beautiful bill. It will change your whole thought process. But then, like I said, you still will probably be, some of y'all still would blame liberals, even though liberals ain't in charge. Just telling y'all. Let's move on.
Of it. Perhaps it is because they want to please him and nominate him for a Nobel Prize. Perhaps it's because they want a merger approved or they want to avoid an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, they've got to stand up for the sake of the people who rely on all of these institutions.
Listen, think about this too, right? And I always give Democrats their props for this. This is why I usually side right. And I don't agree with everything. I mean, I'm not right, but I usually side left. I don't usually always agree with the left on policies or anything like that. When you think about, like, especially as a black person, yeah, I want my people to do good and be successful, but I don't want to oppress others while we doing better, right? So if for white people to say, or white men, a lot of more white people, racist white people, MAGA, they say, well, you know, the left is trying to turn down the white man or the white people. Like, bro, if that's the case, explain that to me. How's that fully hurting you? They can never break that down. They just go to DEI. But then you can't say that about DEI because of some fact white women has been out of any race and any gender that has benefited more from DEI. So how is that we hating on a certain race with DEI? That shit is not true. That, you get what I mean? Now you saying, oh, white men, okay. We know that white men are still getting more jobs than anybody. So that's not true. The statistics don't show that. You just don't like that people are catching up to you. That got nothing to do with none of this bullshit you talking about. That's all I'm saying. Like, if they really want to have a real conversation, we can have it. But the racist white people, especially mainly the racist white men, you don't want to really have that conversation. You mad because your women are doing better. They don't need you as much as you think they do. And then you see all the immigrants and you see other minority groups and black folks doing their thing. And you don't like that. Just be honest about that shit. Because you're a racist. Don't try to blame everybody else like we trying to hold y'all back. Nobody trying to hold you back. Y'all still the biggest majority that will get jobs and will be rich. This shit is sad, man. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, people. I'm back. Listen, don't ever allow these people to mislead you. They're mad because they don't even like their own white women to be more successful than them. a lot of racist ass, I ain't gonna say a lot, all the MAGAs are white racist male chauvinists. They do not like their women being successful. That shit is almost like, you get what I mean? They don't like that shit. You think about women's sports. Why ain't these same men that support all these male sports, right? Right? Why they don't support the women's sports? Why? It's a lot of male chauvinist men out here. Y'all don't really want to recognize that shit. Motherfuckers keep talking about the WNBA. Everybody keep talking about they never want to talk about the real reason. The real reason. You hear Gilbert Arenas talk that goofy shit. No, the real reason, it's not because they can't dunk and all that other goofy shit. You don't support that shit because of some fact you are a male chauvinist. We all have that in us because we've been raised that way. You're talking about generations, hundreds of years of being male chauvinists. And now we got to recognize that shit of like, maybe we, maybe we some male chauvinists. And we don't want to recognize it. We won't take accountability for that. That's on some man shit. So it's a lot of different narratives to that. But the one narrative is that men are male chauvinists. A lot of us are. We don't even recognize it half of the fucking time. It's more exciting to watch the men play. Like, nigga, listen, I'm going to be real with you. My honest opinion, hey, man, I watch more women tennis than I watch men tennis. Actually, what's really popping like that is the WNBA, but men won't get behind it because even the male players, a lot of them are male chauvinists. They just are. I mean, we just are as a society in our country. We are male chauvinists. We've been raised this way. We can't accept that women can do certain things or they got their own league. Or, like, we can't accept that. That we got to take a step back and give them their props. Listen, as men, and I'm a man, listen, we can't accept that. We are male chauvinists. I'm just telling you that now. So when people are like, oh, can you just call it? No, I'm calling me as well. I think I'm partly a little male chauvinist. I've been raised a certain type of way. You just been raised this way. Generations of this shit. Hundreds of years. It's just trying to get out of that. I think, no lie to you, I think a lot of these motherfuckers that be hating on Kobe, I think they hate Kobe for that. I genuinely think that. I think they hate Kobe because a part of that shit is that man, he said, look, I ain't got no sons. He had all daughters. To this day, he had all daughters. And the daughter that actually was going to take, or what he did, as far as the sport, was the one that, God rest their soul, Gigi, passed with him. Passed with him. He said I remember Kobe said she got that itch. She got none of my other kids. Got it. But she got it. Because people keep acting like Gigi was the oldest. She wasn't. Kobe Bryant got a daughter right now. She does fashion now. She out here. She ain't blow up totally yet, but she will. Come on, man. Let's go Bryant's daughter. She gonna blow up. But yeah. Y'all gotta be real about that shit. We are male. Listen, as men, we are male chauvinist. We don't even think. Even me myself, I don't think I'm a male chauvinist, but I had to look into how I think about some shit. I'm a male chauvinist, bro. I've been raised a certain type of way. I'm still is kind of in a way, just not as extreme, but I'm kind of am a little bit. Men gotta recognize that about themselves. As I told you, take accountability. Look at yourself, man. Stop acting like you, like people walk around like they perfect. We not perfect, bro. Are we fucking up? Are we making mistakes? Why is the WNBA ain't good? Listen, the WNBA is more watchable than the fucking NBA right now. I'm just being real. Anyway, let's move on.
To have integrity and to at some point be the guardrails against a tyrant who's using the federal government to execute his whim and fancy because of a fragile ego.
I know
big mold companies hate when you do this, but they can't do a damn thing about it. This device helps eliminate hidden mold and toxic air.
I know that your parents took you to protests in a stroller when you were a little kid, before
Yes,
you were
did.
literally able to be there to walk, and that you talked about the civil rights movement and its moral legacy being part of your moral code.
You gotta understand, her parents, like everybody talk about, oh, she this and that. Listen, I fuck with Tanita Sheep, I fuck with the black movement, I get that. I'm all about my black people all the time. But if you know the story of Vice President Harris, like, her parents in the stroller took her to some shit back in the civil rights era. Y'all keep forgetting that. Like, and then let me just say this to some of my black folks. Like, listen, I didn't like what Barack Obama did. Don't get me wrong. I got out in his ass for saying it. But is he really that much wrong of what he said? It just wasn't the time for it. My honest opinion. I just think timing is everything, but and how he did it. Right? And we live in a social media era, so he kind of knew that this shit was going to spread, and that's my issue. But he wasn't lying about a lot of our black men are male chauvinists. He wasn't lying about that shit. And then at the same time, you heard black people, some black people question if she black. Like, get the fuck out of here. And this is why I don't listen. No disrespect to Neve Nasheed. That's the brother. I love him. Listen, that's why I ain't with that black movement shit. Because, nigga, I call out the motherfuckers that are not black Americans. I will call out that shit if you start talking that disrespectful shit about our people in this country. That's when I do it. But nah, we didn't have to do that to Vice President Harris. And we did that shit. A lot of us did that shit and then try to pretend, oh my God, why are we in a situation? Because a lot of you niggas pushed her to do that. Or you pushed that narrative. And it fucked everything up. That's why we in the situation we in, because you niggas don't know when to shut that pro-black shit down. When we need to, you talking about aligning on the same shit. Sometimes, nigga, you may not agree with everybody, but sometimes some shit is meant for us to all get in line. And so, and Tanima Sheeb and a lot of you pro-black niggas fuck this shit up. And that's why we all are where we are. And it's easy for some of these niggas, the pro-black niggas, they got a little money, so they can survive a little bit. What about everybody else? What are they sacrificing? That's my thing. When you talk about our pro-black brothers and sisters, they actually was risking shit. Would they really risking? Ask Tanima Sheep, would he really risking? Ask them, a lot of these pro-black niggas. Would they really risking? Nothing. You're not really risking anything. You can't get mad at people for acknowledging their heritage. You can't get mad at that. However, these so-called pro-black niggas, we American, we only on one side, right? But that other side, you know we mix with white, right? And European. You know that, right? I need the pro-black niggas to understand that. You niggas ain't fully black. Ain't nothing this pro-black shit you talking about. You niggas is mixed with something. We all mixed with something. The fuck are you talking about? I'm a black American, but I acknowledge that on one side of my family, mixed with a lot of shit. Even that same side of the family. Listen, I'm talking about they were slaves. They mixed with some shit. It ain't too many black folks in this country. That's black Americans that can tell you, and if they say this, they lie. It's very rare. That's why we look so much, we're not as dark as our African brothers and sisters of the continents and islands. That's why they darker than us, a lot of them. You look at a nigga like me, you gotta know I'm mixed with something. I'm dark, but I ain't that dark. I told you I'm brown skinned, right? But yo, you know I'm mixed with some shit. If you like real true African motherfuckers, you come from the continent, you come from these islands, nigga, they dark skinned. They dark skinned. They're not light. And the motherfuckers that even you see from come from the continent and they light, that mean, because you know slavery was there. That's why. None of us supposed to be brown skinned and light skinned. These are facts. We only say that black people come in different shades of color now. We say that shit because of slavery. But really real? Oh no. We don't supposed to be light skinned or brown skinned. We don't supposed to be light like that. We don't supposed to be this. I don't supposed to be this complexion. We don't supposed to be light or brown skinned. We don't supposed to be none of that shit. And everybody want to lie. You want to sit there and pretend, but we don't supposed to. Any black American, I don't give a fuck they pro-black or not. They mix with something. If they my complexion or lighter, if they ain't dark-skinned, they're not. Like, we understand the difference between American and black. We get that, right? Our ancestors, our roots. I get that. But at the end of the day, we all mix with these white motherfuckers. With these Europeans. These white Europeans. We all mix with that shit. That shit is all around the goddamn world. You see African brothers and sisters, they light as a motherfucker. They brown skinned. We don't supposed to be that brown. Be this brown. I'm brown skinned. A lot of motherfuckers is light skinned. We come in different shades. And you know why? Because of slavery. That's why. That's why if you ever notice, you see a mixed child, it ain't a lot of them that can pass for white. They can't. You can look at some of these kids or people, you know they mix with something. I told you, even when you look at the Chinese, right? You look at them, right? And they mix with some black or something. They mix with something. You still can see their features, right? You can still see it. And their features take over. Sometimes it depends. DNA is tricky, right? But think about that shit. Have y'all seen Jeezy's daughter? Where did she get older? You look at Kanye West's daughter. See how she look. See how she look? She look black. That don't look like that's fucking Kim Kardashian daughter. She got features here and there, but she look nothing like that kid. In a way, she doesn't. It's like my daughter. My daughter right now, she looks more like my wife. In the beginning, she looked like me. Her features will change, and her features will, when she get about 18, 17, 18, you'll see her real true features. But I believe she already got her features. For me, I think my daughter already got her features. Right? But I go off her personality and shit like that. That's what I care more about. Right? But her features, no, I don't care about that shit. Because my daughter, she looked like me in the beginning. She looked like so many fucking people in my family, her family, my wife's family. She looked like so many people because DNA is tricky. It's very tricky. But in America, white society, if you got any drop of black in you, you black. That's why the mixed kids get treated differently on both sides. But I'll tell you one goddamn thing. We'll make fun of them being mixed, but we will accept them. A lot of them white folks, they don't accept them call them half-breeds, the mixed kids. They don't accept them like that. I'm telling y'all. You can tell mixed breed kids when you see them. Honestly, you can tell them when they mix with something. I don't give a fuck what they mix with, but you can tell. But they don't want to talk about that. You look at Stephen Miller. That motherfucker's a Jew. You can just look at him and see he a Jew. Did I tell y'all with them Jews, they don't like never talking about this? They mix with Italians. And that's why they hate Italians. They hate Italians. As I told you, just look at all the races of people. Even the pale ones. The pale ones, they mix with all this different shit. But I guarantee you they got somewhere in them of blackness in them. They all do. They all fucking do. I don't like to get in that shit because I like to stick on to black shit in America. But look at all the races, man. They all look different. They all got these different crazy ass features. It's because of the fact they mix with black. The Italians is mixed with black. The white Europeans are. Because some of them have them pointy noses. And you know, black people, they always used to go for all noses. They got the pointy noses. Some of them got big noses. That's because they mix with shit. They mix with black. We always in their DNA. All them white Europeans, they all mix with black people. We all come from the motherland. White people wasn't special or no shit like that. They just, listen, what happened was that you know why white people exist? Y'all want to know the real reason why white people exist? It's because I told y'all, even all other races of people, you know why they exist? It's because of the simple fact that it's some shit that science can't tell you. It's some shit religion can't tell you. We know black people was here. We know that for a fact. Right? But we can't tell you why all these other races, different races of people exist. We can't tell you that. And you know why? Like scientifically wise, we can't tell you that. No, none of them can tell you that. They make up science and they pretend that these people ain't mixed with black because black people around the world is the bad people, right? But we don't know why, right? So that's why I told you, I may not believe in their religion, but I believe in it is a high power, it is a God. And we all supposed to be here for a reason, but you can't explain that. You can't explain all these different races of people. Honestly. You got a whole fucking race of people look a certain type of way. The Chinese people, you look at them. The Japanese, whatever, Korean. But that's culture, really, right? But they all really all look alike, right? Like even when black people, you look at them, they all kind of look alike. White people, they all kind of look alike, right? So is it really what God is you believing in? What religion you really genuinely believing in? Like you got to think about that shit. You got to think about that. And that's why I understand racism, either, because you got people that are mixed and they just a different skin complexion. And they mix with shit. DNA wise. That's why I say in a way, when people be talking about they do that bloodline shit, I don't think that shit is 100% accurate. Because you gotta think about if you part Italian or you part Native American or something, not Native, yeah, Native American or you Chinese, they mix with black. So how the fuck you not black? How that's not popping up? You get what I mean? So how deeply that shit is. You look at all these Muslim people. What the fuck you think they are? You think they what? You call them brown. The Mexicans, you call them brown, whatever. Call them brown people. The fuck you think that is? It's black. It's black folks in them. Africans. We come from the African country, right from the science we do know. It all comes from Africa. Right? We all was born in Africa. Everybody heard this come from Africa. It's not no fucking China and the Greek people and all that other shit and all that. You Native American. That shit don't come from none of that shit. All that shit comes from Africa. And that's why I said that's the thing about being this pro-black motherfucker. Like, yo, we don't know who God is. None of us know. And that's what I said. I get deep in that shit. Because I tell people, stop pretending that you this religious motherfucker or you on this pro-black shit or you this white person want to be racist or any culture. You don't know who the fuck God is. Do you really know your creator? We don't know him because we never talked to him. We just created some shit of culture because we really don't know what our culture is as a whole, as people. We really don't. We really don't. You know, let me explain something. Let me throw some real shit, and we'll move on. Let me throw you some real shit. You know, it's people die every day, regardless of what race they are. Do you know that? We die every day. A person dies every day. A newborn comes in this lifetime that we live every day. That's why I always tell people, if you have no humanity, then what the fuck are you talking about? You can be pro-black, you can be pro-Israel, you can be pro-Jewish, you pro-white, you can do all that shit. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about being a human being first. Because it's somebody that look like you or your so-called race or your so-called culture. It's a person die every day. And it's a newborn that's born every day. So who y'all real God is? Who y'all really worshiping? You're worshiping nothing because you don't even know who your God is. Your religion don't really mean shit. It doesn't. And I mean that shit. It's not to try to disrespect people with religion, but I'm telling you, it doesn't mean shit. Motherfucker, have humanity first. Fuck your religion. Fuck all your beliefs. It's about, and I understand society. I get that. You got to build shit. I get that. But you motherfuckers ain't really like that. You think you cherishing the right thing? You're not. Stop pretending that you know God. You don't know him. You never met him. And so why are you pretending that you do? You ever heard listen, let me put y'all on game. Have you ever heard anybody from any religion, any beliefs that they ever have, that I would ever say to you, like me? I'm not an atheist or no shit like that. People probably perceive me that way, but I'm not. Right? Do any of these other religions ever tell you that it's very possible that you don't know who the fuck God is? Because if God only gave a fuck about just your religion, and y'all got all this different religion, so that means everybody else ain't shit. We ain't shit. How can you judge me, motherfucker? Excuse me. You don't know who your God is. And like I always tell y'all, this is the 100% I always say. Nobody knows who the fuck God is. Neither do I. We never talked to him. We never had no conversation with him. And through history, we don't know it. We're in the fucking 21st century. We in 2025. People this earth been moving the way it been moving. Who the fuck knows who God is? Nobody knows who he is. If they really genuinely believe in their religion and their God, why they God ain't come talk to them yet? Why God ain't come down? I'll tell you motherfuckers, you tripping. Why he didn't ever do that? You know what happens? We don't even know why the fuck we here. But you know the two things that we know for sure. You're gonna die. I mean, you're gonna be created and you're gonna die. So who's that God? Who's that God that create that shit? Create us. But at the same time, we got a dying date. And the crazy shit about we all get created, we don't know that date. Right? We don't know that date when we gonna get created or we gonna have a kid. Right? We just know because we got the signs that we got to say when the kid is coming, but we don't know if that kid gonna live, right? And then after that, right? Think about this shit. I want y'all to really think. I'm a logical thinker. It's not that I'm hating on religion and none of that shit. It's not that. Just want you to think about this shit. But we all gonna die. And nobody knows when they gonna die. Even when a motherfucker is sick, they give you some shit that say, oh, he gonna die at this time. That ain't true. None of that's true. You don't know when somebody gonna die. You predicting. A doctor tell you some shit, they're predicting. If somebody got an illness, they're predicting. They don't know. They're just going off the science. They don't know. The one thing that's true about every religion, or if you ain't religious, right? We all gonna die. That's the only thing we all got in common as a people. Regardless if you're religious or different religions or you not religious, we all got that in common. We all gonna die. We all got that in common. That's a fact. But you don't know when, motherfucker. You never know. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, people. Like, man, I'm taking the Discord from this shit. I don't even want to talk about that Vice President Harris shit. We gotta really be honest about life. Nobody is guaranteed shit. We only here for a reason, man. Like, you know how many fucking times I've been running around in life thinking I'm gonna live forever. When I was young, doing all the fuck shit, they had no care in the world. And then now that I'm older, and I see how irresponsible grown-ass adults my age and older, and even a little younger than me, young people, you expect that from, right? But people my age and older, people run around and pretend that they're going to live forever. But I don't think they think they're going to live forever, but they got this weird-ass thing that they think that, oh, if I live my life this way, I'm going to go to heaven. How the fuck you know? You don't know that. You don't know that. And you can have all the belief in the world. You can love God. You can do all that shit, go to church, and you can do all that shit all you want. That don't mean you going somewhere where you think you going. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. And I ain't gonna say it doesn't matter. The problem is I don't want to disrupt religion, but the problem with that is, do you really know? Are you 100%? No, you don't know. That's why people get caught up in cults. That's why people get caught up in hate, in the KKK, using religion to deflect, put that in the deflect from hate. They do that shit because they want to hide behind shit. Instead, he deal with real reality. Real reality means all you racist motherfuckers that think you more superior than black folks, you don't know where you're going. You think you standing for the right thing to be racist or bigoted or homophobic or whatever you is. You hate people. You think you gonna what God? Who God is that? You don't even know the God you talking about. I mean that shit. You don't even know the God. You just sitting there spilling that shit over and over again. You hurting other people. What God is that? Above, and that's the crazy shit about it is that they spill that hate, right? And they ain't never met him. And they ain't never said, from whatever religion they from or whatever God they believe in, they never talked to that God. Ever. And if they ever tell you that, they crazy. They stupid as shit because they lying. And they lying. Ain't no goddamn way they talk to that God. They ain't talk to their God. Bullshit. Whatever religion they from, they're a liar. It's a lie. It's a fucking lie. I wanted to listen. The reason I talk about this religious shit and I want to stick on it is because of the simple fact of how we treat one another. I can't treat you something bad that I don't believe in 100%. Oh, because I got certain beliefs. That's why I treat you bad. But I tell you this though, the reason I don't like racist people because that shit stand for hate. I don't want to discriminate against nobody. You think that I was always good with gay people? No. I told you I was partly homophobic. Or probably homophobic. Put it that way. Yo, you don't hate on people, man, because you don't know their life. Yo, you don't know what they're going through. And first of all, your religion or whatever the fuck you're going through, you don't even know that's 100%. And then you start running into good people that's different from you, that treat you with the same type of respect. What the fuck? Who's your God? Who my God? Ain't nobody my God, bro, that'll teach me that. Excuse me. I mean that shit. I stand on that. I don't hate people like that. I can't hate people. You hear people all the time talking about that. I hate this and I hate that and I hate these people. I hate that. Excuse me. Anytime hate come out your mouth, that means you genuinely hate people. You got the president of the United States saying he hate his enemies. I don't hate my enemies. If I do have some, right? But when I was out in the street, probably I did, but I ain't know no better. But I know any better. If you my enemy, first of all, let me just put it this way. Ain't none of you motherfuckers my enemy. If you don't like me, you racist or whatever, you not my enemy like that. Because I don't hate you in that way of you my enemy. But I know that you, when I say enemy to my people or some shit like that, I mean it in this way. And I'll be very clear about this. That means you hate people that look like me. That's what I mean that you're enemy. And you always trying to hurt somebody. That's an enemy to people, right? In a way, right? You can say that. But you're not an enemy to me personally because I don't hate you. You do what you do. Go and do what you do. If that work out for you, go ahead and let that work out for you. But like I said, I'm going to fight back against it. But at the same time, I won't pretend that we good and we cool. It's just different opinions. No, we don't have different opinions because I don't hate nobody. So when the motherfucker tell me they hate and they discriminate against other people and their whole purpose in life is to do that because they're different from them, then we're not on the same level. We're not. I'm sorry. We're just not. I don't have no motherfucking empathy or sympathy for you. You're different from me. And that's what I mean by the enemy. What I mean by the enemy is that I don't hate people. I don't even hate you that hate me. So that's what I mean by enemy. Because I don't wish harm or wish death on you or nothing. I hope you will be better. But at my core, who I am, so I don't hate you. I don't hate a racist. I told you that. I just wish they was better. But I will not pretend that everything is all okay because I'm supposed to be this good person that your hate don't affect me, or I won't kill you if you put my life in danger or my family life in danger. Oh no, I'm not stupid enough to think that. I live in real reality, and I don't live in no fake ass religion reality. You motherfuckers got this game twisted. What I would enjoy or broadcast it would be like, I'm happy that I killed the motherfucker. That was different from me. No, but never. I don't want to hurt nobody. That's my thing. I don't want to hurt nobody. But I will not allow you to sit around and hurt people around me. That won't happen. That won't happen. I'll tell you that shit. That won't happen. I ain't no sucker ass nigga like that. Then mind you, these are the same people talking about they religious, but they okay with violence, but they tell you that you're being violent because you're not going to allow it. But they can be violent. Like I said, this country is fucked up right now. And the people are fucked up in this country because they like to pretend and act like everything is okay. It's not okay, man. What we doing to one another is not okay. It's not. It's just genuinely not okay. And then you want to sit there and pretend that this shit is not happening. Yeah, y'all got some power. Y'all in control or whatever. But racist people, understand. This, what goes around comes around. It comes back around. You think you're going to wipe everybody out and submit everybody to be pussies. It ain't happening. Like I said, I'd die before that shit happened. For you make me submit. Telling you that now. And there's a lot of people that think like me. And like I said, you can't survive in America without everybody. You want to get rid of all the immigrants? You heard what the Chinese company that happened in what was that? Georgia, with a fucking candidate that was running for, I guess, a seat down there. She called ICE on all the motherfuckers. The North Korean people, they all left, and they asked them, "Would you come back?" And they said no. They said no. And now, you know what they're doing now? They said, "Oh, well, all the Trump supporters come work those jobs." What? The Trump supporters gonna come work those jobs. Okay, cool. We'll see. Why they ain't start working it before? And the crazy shit about it, those same people they deported, right? They was training Trump supporters and other people to work those jobs. And this racist ass woman, so racist that she didn't understand that. Now, but like I said, they'll fuck around and find out. You can't do a fucking job if you ain't qualified. I guarantee you put DEI in it. I guarantee you have a whole bunch of black people willing to learn that shit. You motherfuckers don't want to willing to learn these jobs. And you can't do it. Number one, you can't even do the goddamn jobs, but then you don't want to even be a part of the shit. How many Trump supporters going to step up? They lost hundreds of thousands of fucking jobs in Georgia. What that bitch, that racist bitch did. How many MAGAs going to go work those jobs? And like I said, now they got to damn near start over. Ain't nobody there to teach them jobs. Listen, if you put a MAGA or anybody, you can put a MAGA or white man or a black man in that position. If they don't know how to fucking do the job, it doesn't matter what color skin they are. They can't do the fucking job because they're not qualified to do it. But the thing is, DI was give other people the opportunity. Not just white men. Not just white folks. Give the gays, everybody, opportunity to go try to do the job. Train them to do it. And now, mind you, they fucked up over there in Georgia. They fucked up because that bitch fucked everything up. Ain't nobody in that state can really do what they do. Nothing. Them North Koreans, they left. You deported them, did all the horrible shit you did to them. They said, fuck that. I ain't coming back teaching them nothing. I'm going back home. That's what happened. Your racism is fucking up jobs. Then they try to call up, man, Omega, come do the jobs. How can they do the jobs they don't know nothing about it? Huh? They was already training people to do the jobs. Y'all fucked that up. Understand, my people. Racist people don't even understand they fuck shit up. That's all they do. And like I said, they ain't feel it yet. That's one incident I'm talking about. Imagine they got rid of all. Listen, before that, they tried to get rid of all the immigrants for the farms, right? What happened? They assumed black Americans was gonna go work those jobs. What happened? Is those farmers still fucked up? Now, mind you, where a lot of these farms are, black people only 1% there. What black people you knew that was gonna move there to go do those jobs, and you still don't pay them shit? We seen what you was paying them. Why the fuck would they leave? Nigga, they better all go and work at a fast food restaurant than to go work on the farm. Are you crazy? Racist white people, are you serious? You MAGAs? You don't understand what... Okay. These motherfuckers, they really don't get it, bro. Like I said, they fucking the economy up and they don't even know it. But like I said, next year, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And the bad part about it, they might not even figure it out next year. Because, like I said, we get ready going to tax time. We're going to tax time. So what happened in tax time, just like last year, and then they didn't feel it. They didn't feel it last summer. They got the tax money. But next year, they may not even feel it next year. They'll feel it after tax time is over. They did all this shit to go spurge out and go do things. But like I told you, is that dumb motherfucking tax, that big beautiful bill will be effective around tax time. And you motherfuckers keep acting like everything's good. But okay, but like I'm telling you, you motherfuckers playing around with people's lives. You play around with you play around with your own lives. You play around with it all the time. And like I told you, it's going to backfire on you motherfuckers. Your racism going to backfire. I always tell racists, as a black person, even if I did hate you, I wouldn't hate you that much to stop money, to stop people from progressing. I don't like to see this. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see this. I don't like to see the gays. I don't like to see the black and the immigrants. I don't like to see that. That's how y'all think. You don't like to see it. But okay, well, what you ain't gonna like to see when ain't nobody taking care of you motherfuckers and everybody losing jobs? You care about seeing that? You stupid son of a bitches. I swear to you, you get ready. Listen, your racism get ready to fuck the economy up like y'all always do. You think this is something different that I didn't see? Every time Republicans get in office, they fuck shit up. Trump fucked it up last time on his racism. Same shit. And let me say something to the black community, the so-called black Trump supporters. Let me tell y'all something. You know what's getting ready to happen to y'all? Y'all getting ready to lose y'all followers. Cause this shit, this technology shit, y'all keep trying to depend on. Nigga, people gotta go out and work. You motherfuckers think it's just about technology. No, you gotta put that work in. They ain't that far ahead of manufacturing shit, of using robots. They ain't there yet. They're not there yet. And you too stupid to understand that. That is okay. It's all right. And what I did learn too, right? In the next 10 to 20 years, right? We nowhere close to where they got manufactured shit that where they don't need people no more. They don't have it. Technology is not there, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not there. It's because we beefing with the Chinese. They're ahead of us. They may have this shit before we do. The one thing about and the thing about the Chinese, nigga, they be ahead of their time, so they understand. The world is evolved more than we are. That's why we talking about our kids. Our kids ain't this, because you motherfuckers keep thinking that we got to go backwards. And we shouldn't be going backwards. Give them the principles about the backwards shit. But as far as the intelligence, no. The technology, no. We supposed to be moving forward. We supposed to be teaching these kids different. You motherfuckers is playing. Listen, that's why for us, people my age and older, we damn sure got to get our retirement, our Social Security, so we can have that. Because this shit will switch. It will switch. A lot of the shit you see, these social media motherfuckers, they're going to turn into people that you talk on the phone. They're not going to be this shit that y'all think it is. This is at the time we are. This shit get ready to change. God willing, if I live long, I guarantee you this shit get ready to change. But America is so fucking want to fight against the fucking society that's moving. And I'm gonna tell you something. China's already doing it, but China's ahead of us. And now China is fucking with our enemies and shit like that. Now they may be ahead of us because of this stupid motherfucker Trump. we America first. How we America first, motherfucker? You don't even know what the fuck we on. You don't even know what's going on. You ignoring shit. Oh, you bring AI in. AI in. You know why he like AI? You know why Trump like AI? Because you can misrepresent shit with AI. That's what AI does. That's why he like AI. Because you can misrepresent shit with AI. You know, and that's why you see people use AI and they do this shit all fucked up in the market. Memeing people and shit like that. That's cool. But you think about even just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, AI was just, you know, kind of like damn near meme. Or kind of like some shit of like, you know, a motherfucker basically just, this basically was a meme. Now Trump and this administration, they can just lie about shit. And now if you can get AI in, AI can just lie. Make up shit. That's what AI can do. And everybody ignores this shit. AI is actually very dangerous. There's no control of it. This is where that shit will come from of with the AI shit, right? It comes from now they're gonna push that shit for businesses. I told y'all that. They're gonna use AI to get rid of motherfuckers that work them 9-to-5 jobs. That's all AI is. So now you don't need regular voters. People. I'm sorry, not regular voters. But you don't need people to go out and do these things. Now they're in the process right now, and China is like actually way ahead of us in the shit that they're creating bots that can do the jobs. So where they don't need us to work these labor jobs anymore. Because labor shit is getting ready to go away in the next 20 years. God will not live that long. But I'm telling you, it's going to be gone in 20 years. It's going to be gone. You keep allowing these people to bamboozle you. Listen, these old motherfuckers, let them be old, bro. They're going to die before this shit even happen anyway. No disrespect to older people. They're going to die. They didn't even know what AI is actually really doing. They have no fucking clue. But motherfucker like me, I know what AI get ready to do. They get ready to take over all this shit. Once they get robots to take over your fucking job at a fast food restaurant, oh, that shit is a wrap. You ain't got no job. Now, I told y'all. Remember what I told y'all? I said what the job is. I say what is the new push, right? And now you know they got cars and shit, right? As I say, about time then too. Shit, you might not even got delivery drivers because they already got cars and shit that can deliver, right? It's just malfunctioning and it's not working right, so it's all fucked up. But I'm telling y'all, they get ready to fuck this whole listen, we ain't gonna have no jobs, bro. Only jobs you gonna have, right, is to drive. That's it. Because driving with them AIs and shit, that's a little different. But you see everybody now, motherfuckers they don't even work regular jobs no more, right? Think about it. They don't work them, right? So now all we do, we drive now. You see all the businesses go to driving. People order some shit, deliver it. I'm telling you, that shit is getting ready to stop in the next 10 to 20 years. Not stop, but they gonna have people doing that. That's gonna fuck the economy up. So now what do you have the people to do? Right? What you have? Working slave jobs, working in the farm. It should get ready to get real. And people keep ignoring that shit. We are getting ready to work slave jobs. You think black people work in the fields? All you get ready to work in the fields. There's the one thing technology can't do in the next 10, 20 years. The only thing they can't do right now is pick that cotton. They can't do it. They can't pick them fruits. They can't do that slave work. They can't do it. That's why they try to have you motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, it won't be in my lifetime, but I'm telling you, it's going to be to a point where unless you're rich, you invested in shit, you don't really got no say. And that's what I'm telling everybody. Invest in people. Invest in the shit, the technology, invest in it. That's the future. Invest in it. Okay, it's a lot of money. It's a risk. I'm telling y'all, invest in technology. You better be a part of that shit because it ain't no more labor shit. They trying to get rid of all the labor shit. They are trying to get rid of it. And y'all think this shit is going to last forever for this labor shit. It's not. It's not. That shit fucked me up when I thought about it. I seen that shit and talked to tech people. It was like, yeah, this shit go right in. We just ain't, and the motherfucker told me, we just ain't got the technology right now. But it's coming. It's there. We got it, but it's not there fully the way this shit is effective. I'm telling you. Y'all don't want to realize this shit, man. Shit crazy, man. Listen, this shit ain't gonna work out the way y'all think. We got about 20 years. And this shit it's a wrap. All you niggas want to sit around here talking about all that bullshit. Y'all see production going down? Production is going down with human beings. It's going down. These are facts. It's going down. And y'all just don't understand that shit. Yeah, we doing. That's why the Republicans, they want to bring back all that bullshit they want to bring back. But the problem with that is they can try to bring back coal all they want. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Because the times move different than with that coal. I don't know fuck you got coal, nigga. It doesn't matter. If I can run businesses with the sun, I don't need your coal. Y'all keep forgetting that. If a motherfucker can run a fucking company without coal, oh shit, you in trouble. I'm just being real. It ain't no way that they don't understand that. Fuck your life, nigga. Like, yo, if I don't need coal, I can run my shit off of solar in the sun. Oh, that shit is a wrap. That's why they keep Trump. That's why the Trump administration or these Trump people, they want to keep bringing back oil and gas and shit. Let me tell y'all something. They keep trying to fuck the economy up. They keep trying to fuck the energy up in the country. They're doing that shit on purpose. Because, nigga, at the water, you don't need none of that shit. The solar is what it is, nigga. I don't know why y'all don't understand that, but it is what it is. That shit bullshit, man. Like I said, listen, we got about, listen, I may not be alive then. God willing, I would. And in 20 years, this shit is a wrap. All this shit, even right now, what we got right now, that shit is gone. The time's gonna change, bro, on everybody. And I don't know why most of us don't pay attention to shit. But it's all good. Give me a second, people. Give me 1 second. All right, people, I'm back. Yeah, man, just think about that shit. Like I said. Listen, and the crazy shit about it, I'm a grown-ass man, bro. I ain't live that long to know this shit gonna happen. But I'm telling y'all, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And don't nobody know they due date. Everybody be sitting around acting like they in it because I believe in this. I'm a lit. No, you don't know when you're gonna live long, bro. That shit is a wrap. You're listen, no disrespect to anybody, religion and shit like that, but you motherfuckers ain't even really like that in religion. We get ready, people get ready to die, and you don't know they get ready to die, but they get ready to die. Get ready to die, bro. Oh, shit. Those are one, too. Oh, no way. That shit a wrap. Everybody care about their religion and they care about all that. These motherfuckers, everybody get ready to die, bro. We ain't gonna be around. Everybody, you see all the people that we think that's gonna live. Yeah, everybody die, bro. You don't know when you're gonna die, man. Just live your life, man. And my thing is, live your life to be on some positive shit and try to help people. Don't live your life to be selfish. That's my whole thing. That's my whole point. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. People care about all that religious shit. I don't care. That's not I'm disrespecting. I just don't care about it because it don't really matter shit. Motherfuckers gonna die, bro. We all gonna die. I told you I've been on barred times for a long goddamn time. I ain't supposed to live this long. And motherfuckers sitting out here and be like, oh, we listen to Kenny, blah, blah. Nigga, you listen to Kenny all you want, but you better listen to me. I'm not scared of shit in life. I'm not scared of death. Death gonna happen, bro. Everybody walk around and pretend that they better than every motherfucking body. What? Well, go do that. But like I said, these would be the same people that don't die. They just die. And we will forget you. Listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you. That's why I'm trying to make as much as of an impact I can, right? But I know my impact of what I'm trying to do. You think motherfuckers gonna give a fuck about me later in life? No, they not. Because life moves on. It moves on. You ain't shit. Even for me, I always tell you, I'll never create my shit in a way for people to care about me. I create my shit or the impact I want to have is because I actually genuinely care. That shit means something. But that don't mean shit to this society. Because society changes. Right? In this society, these motherfuckers won't give a fuck about nothing I did or what I try to do. So I do this shit because I believe in a higher power, but I believe that I should be doing what I do. You get what I mean? Because none of this shit matters. If you really genuinely think about it, it doesn't really matter. Motherfuckers don't believe in nothing, bro. They believe in fairy tales. So I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to die. It's going to happen. I get that. But I keep fighting. I keep trying to be better as a person. I don't try to sit there and act like, oh, I got to make this shit better of my life for a family member or a friend of mine or a kin of mine. Listen, I love y'all. No disrespect to y'all. I don't do this shit for y'all. I do this shit to be better as a person. You get what I mean? So imagine motherfuckers sitting around their whole fucking life. I believe in God. God said I gotta do this. How? You have no fucking clue who God is. And then they die. And then what is that about? Let me ask you a question. Even though everything I'm doing, right? How's that working out for me? Right now, y'all be like, oh, Kenny, good nigga, whatever, blah, blah. But think about that shit. Imagine I died dead tomorrow. God forbid nothing happened to me. But I'm saying I died dead tomorrow. Would you, like, do you know that God, do you know for a fact that God took me in and said, oh, no, he was good people. He tried to do the right thing. Do you know that? No, you don't know that. It's not true. It's not even as it's not true. You don't have the fucking. You can't say that's for sure. You know what I mean? That's what I always tell people. I don't hate people that's religious. I respect it. But at the same time, don't push your shit on me, though. And my beliefs is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like your beliefs is what it is, and I respect that. But when you try to push your shit on me and push that shit on society, there's something wrong with that, bro. You don't want me to push my beliefs on you, but you got a problem with me pushing my beliefs on you. I got a problem with that. You know what I mean? I really genuinely do. And let me be very honest about this shit too. I love life, but I want y'all to really genuinely understand this. I'ma die, and hopefully y'all support me in the way that I need to be a certain type of way, right? But that ain't factual. That ain't no shit that y'all 100% y'all gonna do, right? So my thing is always to tell everybody, just try to be good people, man. Listen, it ain't about nobody. It's not even about people celebrating you. The richest motherfuckers in the world, we'll forget about them. You know what I mean? We'll forget about them. I guarantee you we will. Listen, we will move on. That's life. But my thing is, I always tell people, all of y'all, I tell y'all, man, listen, my shit is about love, man. I told you, even with my funeral, nigga, I don't want none of that shit. I'm not even doing no funeral. I'm doing some shit like, yo, nigga, celebrate me. I don't need you to fucking cry over me. Fuck cry over me for. I'm who I am. I know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? Half of these motherfuckers don't even know who they are, so that's why they want funerals. I don't need no funeral, bro. And I won't have one. If you come to my shit, nigga, it's gonna be some shit, or we going to Kenny shit to celebrate. That's all you come to my shit to do. I'm not doing no motherfucking, oh, you gotta be sad and you gotta come to my shit and be upset and all that shit. No, you ain't gotta do none of that. Just come to my shit, celebrate me, nigga. We can't celebrate Kenny. That's it. I don't need none of that other extra shit. Because like I said, motherfuckers die and you forget about them. These are facts. They can sit there and pretend, all these motherfuckers sit there and pretend, all these motherfuckers in life right now, what I'm talking about, motherfuckers trying to pretend that I'm lying. I'm not lying. I'm telling you, when a motherfucker die, you forget about them. Plain and simple. Regardless if they meant something or not, you move on. Your life moves on. That's life. Yeah, I want you, listen, that's what I said. Celebrate me. I don't want you to be mad at me. You know what I mean? Like everybody thought I was upset even about the Charlie Kirk shit. I'm not upset about it. They celebrate him. It's good. It's cool. I'm never mad about that shit. The problem is, don't act like we all got to do that. You know, it's people that's going to fuck with me and going to celebrate me, right? But, and hopefully y'all do. But at the same time, am I mad that motherfuckers don't celebrate me? No, I'm not. And I'm not going to try to make you do that. You don't supposed to do that. You know what I mean? It don't mean now you making people celebrate you. That mean, yo, you just making people do some shit. They don't like me like that. Why would they celebrate me if they don't like me? You know what I mean? And that's what that whole Charlie Kirk shit was. And I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here, bro. Don't celebrate that shit. You gonna tell people to celebrate that? I'm being real. Like, fuck that shit, man. I'm asking y'all on straight regular shit, right? I know a lot of y'all fuck with me, right? Are y'all gonna celebrate me if I die dead tomorrow? No, you wouldn't. I mean, you would. Some of y'all would, but at the while you move on and you go on with your life because you have to. And I respect that and I love that. Like, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, these niggas supposed to be, you know what I mean? That's real life. Nobody's supposed to celebrate your life like in the way that they did the Charlie Kirk shit. That's bullshit. First of all, nigga, listen. First of all, I know I have an impact, and I do what I do, and I speak the peace. I speak the truth. I speak. But nigga, ain't nobody supposed to celebrate me all the time. You move on with your life, yo. That shit happens. These motherfucking Charlie Kirk people, they don't understand. And nigga, everybody move the fuck on, bro. He gone. And if I die or you die today or tomorrow, niggas gonna move on. And they ain't gonna give a fuck about it. Especially if you ain't have the impact like you think you did. You get what I mean? Just like me. I know I have an impact, but I don't have the impact like to the point where motherfuckers gonna be celebrating my shit every day. And then, like I said, do you know that shit gonna make me happy? I'm just saying, celebrate my life. If I'm dead, celebrate it. Ain't no reason to be upset about it. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Just celebrate my life. That's it. That's all I ask. Other than that, nigga, I don't need nobody. You know, if you say, yo, we gonna celebrate Kenny's life after this shit more, then you do that. And I ain't mad at you for doing that. But I'm not mad at you if you don't. Life is life, nigga. Niggas move on. You know what I mean? Homies that died and I can't remember that these niggas are dead. And I think I'm supposed to celebrate their lives and shit like that. Think about that, man. Love life, man. Care about people and celebrate their life. And when they die, right? If they horrible people, that's on you to celebrate it. If you think that is celebrational. But let me just tell you something. For me, just celebrate my shit. Come to my shit and celebrate it. I don't want nobody to be mad. I don't want nobody to have this disdain. Oh my God, Kenny want to. No, nigga, you already know what I want. I want everybody to it's love, bro. And it doesn't even matter if the people I didn't listen. I always tell people this. Don't come to my shit if you know I ain't fuck with you. If I ain't fuck with you, don't come to my shit. I stand on that. I don't want nobody pretending they gave a fuck about me when I was alive. Because you really didn't. I don't fuck with people like that. My life it means a lot. Right? But at the same time, it's not even really about me. It's about my daughter. Like, y'all sitting around my daughter and like, oh, I love your daddy. Because that's what motherfuckers will do. You know, I love your daddy. Did you really love me? Did you really give a fuck about me? No, don't sit around my daughter and lie. Show some motherfucking realness about it. You ain't love me. And you lying to my daughter talking about, oh, I love your daddy. You ain't love me. Motherfucker, love me now when I'm alive. Because when I die, you ain't got shit to do with me. Nothing. Like, keep trying to tell people that shit. And I want to make that shit very clear. Ain't a nigga can do nothing to me. Nothing. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't do shit to me. You ain't really like that. I told you, my more high ground is what it is. My life is what it is, nigga. The motherfuckers that really love me, they know that. So that go to my family. Even my family, they know I don't fuck with them. And like I said, my wife will know who not to bring around me. She'll know that. My wife will know that. Ain't nobody, listen, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. My wife she know this for a fact. It's a fact. Even still to this day. If I died and passed away or something like that, my wife know goddamn well not to like these people. She know that. And I told my wife, don't get personal about it. Don't be on a personal shit. Excuse me. I told my wife, don't get personal about it. But you don't allow these motherfuckers to be around me though. You know they ain't supposed to be around me. You know these motherfuckers didn't like me when I was here. Now all of a sudden I'm dead. Now all of a sudden they feel a certain type of way. You can't do that. Not for me. You had to fuck with me. And if you don't fuck with me now, then I don't fuck with you. So if I die dead tomorrow, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Oh, he dead. Not fuck out of that. Fuck out that shit. You know what I mean? That shit's crazy. You know, people really think that shit. They think they can fuck with you. Oh no, you dead. Or something bad happened to you. Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm good, nigga. I don't need you. And I mean that. Like, even in my death, I don't need you. I don't fucking need you. Let's go off and do whatever you're gonna do, man. But don't come off of this motherfucker and they're like, we good. We are not good. Ever. I mean that shit. That's why I be telling people, like, nigga, and you ain't gotta worry about me coming to your shit. See, that's the thing. Like, they think that I'm saying this shit to be on some disrespectful shit. No. Nigga, we ain't good. Like my cousin, we ain't good, nigga. If you die dead a month, nigga, I ain't coming. I ain't coming. I ain't coming to none of you motherfuckers shit. Not coming. At all. So, that's all I'm saying, people. Leave comments. Hit that like button. Support your boys. Your boy, Mr. OBI. Peace and love to the world. Come on, man.